Against a bear? Against a bear. Oh, she done fucked that up. He said, get the knife, bitch. You fucking up. Good job, puppy. It's how the dogs will take the TV, you know. Man, AI or not, just let my heart be full true. Right. Get your little ass back. Uh-oh. How she left the baby? She done left the baby with the fire on the stove. She deserved her ass whipped for that. She ran off and the dog had to save her baby. Anyways, AI or not, it filled MonTeesMama little heart this morning. Hey, Hannah. I was over here, Snot Bubbles like, oh, I love the dogs. Animals, I believe, I have more heart than most humans out here. Okay, True, come and tell me. It's AI. Don't believe the
So I
hype.
came to ask. Can y'all hear me? Because my screen is black.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I came to ask, did everyone enjoy the video I sent them last night?
What video did you send us last night?
Oh, she didn't watch it. Nobody
Hold
say
on.
nothing. Go watch the video I sent you last night
We're
on
gonna watch it
TikTok.
all together. Fuck are you talking about? I'm not gonna suffer by myself. Hey, Miss Mac, happy Friday, baby. It's a great day to have a great day. What did you send me, Trudy Booty?
It's in your TikTok.
I'm looking. Oh, Lord have mercy. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, fuck you. I'm not watching it. We're not.
Watch it.
Oh, no.
Y'all want her to put it on the big screen?
Nope, it's a spider, y'all. It's a spooter. Wait, hold on. Thigh sluts? Who is thigh sluts? Thigh sluts. Who sent you? Thigh sluts? Who are you? Come to the front of the class.
No, play the video. Maggie, I know you want her to play the video.
A smart spider. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck all of you.
I sent that to everybody last night. I got so many angry texts in the middle of the night. God damn it, True! I threw my phone.
Who is this? Who are you? And why do you have that name? Who is you? Hey there, gal Nikki. Happy Friday. It's a great day to have a great day. As long as you don't have spooters in your house.
You used your magical mom powers.
Girl, the bag of cereal was right there.
You used your magical mom powers. Now, can you please get me a big bowl?
This girl, there's no cereal in the kitchen.
Magical mom powers at use.
No, it's called using your eyes.
What have I told you about A, being on your brother's scooter because you're too big for that, and B, being on your brother's scooter in my house? I do not want to go to the emergency room.
You aren't gonna go to the emergency room.
She is a jazzy one, y'all. I would have already folded her. I promise.
I had to hop out and hop back in because my TikTok is glitching.
All
I can't
right.
even turn my camera on.
Oh, damn.
Mom, but I meant by a big bowl.
She's giving her mama the flux. Gremlin's got fast shoes. She can run real fast in her fast shoes. There y'all go. There's some more of our morning antics before I got here this morning. We were on a video chat since y'all like, oh my God, y'all are silly. Yeah, we are. So we're on a video chat and Gremlin shows us her shoes. And I was like, oh, you got new shoes. Can you go super fast in your new shoes? She's like, I can. I'm like, put the camera down and show us. It's not real if you don't do it. So then she put the camera down. I was like, run real fast. She's like, I did. You didn't see? Like she ran so fast. No, she's so silly. And then she did slow-mo for us. I love Gremlin. She makes my days happy. Her and Trudy Bodie, all y'all do. Hey, that gal, Nikki. You made it back, Trudy Booty. I still do anytime I get a new pair of shoes. We go fast. We go super fast. Look what my new shoes can do. Oh, my goodness. Then I called my buddy this morning. I guess he has some bushes he needed cut down at his place or whatever. And he was negotiating with the man or whatever. And I told y'all we live in the hood, so this is like sounding like some man who's already. They want to talk about Desiree being, inebriated on the line. This man was already 2 shades to the wind, right? I'm just listening through the phone. And he was like, hey, man, I need the bushes took down, whatever. He's like, okay. He's like, all the way to the ground, woo, woo. He's like, how much you going to charge me? And dude said, it sounded like he said 15. He's like, 15? He's like, no, I said 50. He's like, man, you ain't even cut no grass. What you talking about some 50 for? He's like, I was thinking more 35. But he was like, okay, 35. He took and I just started laughing. I'm like, how he just going to decide once you was thinking 35, he was thinking 35 too. Those are them hood prices. If I were to sell my swear word blanket, I'd have to sell it for about $400 for yarn and time. Okay, we got a $400 blanket on the market.
Not the $400 blanket.
Can I take a yogurt blueberry?
No, those are Justin needs those for breakfast in the morning. There's not a lot left. Have some cereal and start there. Good grief, these kids are trying to eat me out of house and home.
I'm throwing, Mom.
Hey, watch your mouth. I'm on the phone with your mama. If she lets you talk to her like that on her time, that's her business. But we already discussed how you talk to your mama around me.
No, why do you think I'm muted? Because I just had to give her the business for talking to me like that.
On top of that, where's your school stomach? That stomach you had in school? That's the stomach.
No, not the school stomach. I don't even want the school stomach. I want the stomach where I'm going to go out and play with my friends for 8 hours and not come back up for air.
Hey,
and by the time I come in, it's dinner time.
Yeah, who fed you then? Who fed you while you was out the other day gallivanting in the streets? Who fed you? Go to their house and get breakfast. Clearly, they got more to offer than your mama. Don't get me started. You disappeared for 8 hours. We didn't see nothing of you. Whoever was
she disappeared. She was out in the front yard, but
I mean, whoever you was in the streets who was giving you snacks, go find them later. You're gonna need them.
Right. I'm sorry. I don't got the money to be that mom where everyone gets a popsicle, blah, 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 blah. I can't do it. I can't afford it. Oh, the baby's awake.
My daughter, she barely eats at school. And I told her as soon as summer started, like, okay, so that school stomach you be using to starve yourself through the day, I'm gonna need you to have that here at home.
Right.
Said even if I could afford it, there's that part. I think that, listen, everybody does shit different. Everybody's got different types of kids.
Oh no, I got the good snacks and I give my kids good snacks, but I ration that shit out because groceries is expensive.
On top of that, let's be 100, let's keep it a buck. Like, certain children have sensitivities. You got a kid that's got a sensitivity to sugar and goes fucking ziggity boom off a goddamn drink of Kool-Aid, then you can't really, you can't entertain that. It's different to give Treasure a snack cake than to give, True's daughter a snack cake. It's a different outcome.
MonTeesMama did not believe me about my daughter's sugar sensitivity. Oh my God. And then she saw it firsthand. Holy.
Because like around here, listen, late night
It's to the
creeping is what
point where her
I get tread
doctors
on.
actually wanted to get me, like, had me test her for diabetes because of how it affects her and her behavior and her whatever. Yeah, it's wild.
It's
That,
why
and we just have a low sugar household anyway because I can't have sweets or snacks. I wanted them fruit gushers so bad. My husband said no.
I wish somebody would tell me no about something like that. Bam.
Well, it's not because no, we can't have a. Aislin's got the sugar sensitivity. I have a really high sugar sensitivity. So we tend to get like sweets that have a low sugar content, like those heavenly hunks. They don't go above 10 grams of sugar. And those are those taste like cookie dough, y'all. I don't know if y'all
I
have
was
had
about
those
to
from
say, you're talking
Costco.
about some heavenly hunks with zero sugar. I was about to say, we eat cookie dough straight out the pack over here.
Well, I can't do that because cookie dough is a cup of sugar and like half a cup of brown sugar, a cup and a half of brown sugar. That's a lot of fucking
Absolutely.
sugar.
That's
And
why I
even
love
when
it.
I bake like banana bread and I cut the sugar a little bit because it's still sweet from the bananas. Banana bread gets me every time because the banana has sugar. You have to add a bunch of sugar.
And I'm going to have a king size Reese's cup for breakfast. What are you talking about?
Even so I drink the herba mate. I can't do energy drinks. They've always made me sick. Like I won't ever. So
Yes, the super soul though. Definitely eat that shit.
I have the herba mate. Um,
Yeah, I have Dr. Pepper.
I can't even drink those. I have to have the low sugar ones that taste like ass. But these will get me going in the day.
Yep, Dr. Pepper it is for me. Dr. Pepper and a fucking king size Reese's.
I have to have this. The way I have to live like a diabetic because of
Have you
my
tried?
gastric
Uh,
surgery.
have you tried Alani? They said, and Gremlin said, "I got Smirnoff. Get it, Gremlin. That's the way to start your day. It's noon somewhere."
No, have tried Alani because when Kim K came out with like her Alani, I tried it because it was like zero sugar or something like that. The way that it affected me is the same way every like Monsters, Rock Stars, any of those like Red Bull, those energy drinks, they make me physically ill. Like even before I had my gastric bypass surgery and had all these issues with sugar, energy drinks in general make me violently ill. I'm stuck to coffee and whatever the fuck this is. I found it when I was living in Colorado. The little shop only sold these energy drink wise and coffee, and it's like the only one that doesn't make me a super jittery, nauseous mess. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I can't drink energy drinks. I do drink sparkling water, and then I will, if I want more flavor, I'll add Mio to it because those don't have any sugar either. See, nope, it did it to me too. Because I've tried. I will try any sugar-free energy drink on the market, and they just, I don't know if it's like they're the ginseng or whatever is in it. They make me violently ill. Which, you know what, is a good thing because those energy drinks, let me tell y'all, the random energy drink or the regular energy drink users, there's this story that I saw circulating of this man who was like my husband's age, so like early 40s, had a heart attack and passed away because of his energy drink consumption. That shit turns your blood into honey. Like it thickens your blood and it makes it hard for your heart. It's really bad. They're really bad for you. So that's another reason why I drink the herb mate because it's doesn't have all that crap in it. Like these are expensive as fuck too. Yeah. That gal Nikki, that's what my dad passed away from is congestive heart failure. So I'm really big on like that kind of stuff. Even my husband, I'd have to tell him like, I need you to stop drinking these because I need you here with us. I know you tired, but
They developed a heart murmur from Red Bull. That's crazy. So our House of Horrors in Ohio, we have a 14-hour ago update. I told you yesterday the mother, Elizabeth, is pregnant with possibly, I mean, she's been having twins her last 3 pregnancies. So this is either baby 19 or 19 and 20.
oh,
It
she's
says
like a Duggar.
she's pregnant again. She's pregnant while incarcerated right now. Like, I guess she
I
was
don't know who these people are, but
This is
19
the
kids is
16 kids in Ohio. They got a call. I guess the the dad exposed himself or something. Hey, Siani. So they get a call. They come and they see these kids or whatever, and they end up taking the kids, all 16 of them, and they take the kids into custody. They take the parents and grandparents into custody, and then they find a grave because she had conjoined twins at some point, and so there's children that have passed away. And so that made it so the 16 plus a grave of 18. And now that they've got her incarcerated, she is now pregnant. Like, she's pregnant in jail. Like, she's currently pregnant when they arrested her. So yeah, she already had 19 kids because the one she had at 13. I think the one at 13 is part of the 16 that were taken though. She had 16 total, so 15 with the husband. Well, 16 now she's pregnant. I don't know, but somebody had one of these TikTok people I saw, and it's been the same breakdown. They don't have the children's names, but they have like initials or whatever. And her last 3 sets of kids were twins, like 1-year-old set, 2-year-old, and maybe 3 or 4. Like, yeah. And then the conjoined ones passed away.
yeah, those kinds of people, I can't. I brought up the movie American Crime. I didn't want to like bring the mood down talking about like Dave Pelzer and all that, but people like that just ugh.
Well, the thing is, where I think it's relevant to discuss it, a lot of people are like, well, how did this happen? And now we're, hearing from the daughter's boyfriend, and, this family wasn't just hidden over there and nobody knew they were there. People at the store knew they existed. The Dollar General people knew they existed. Almost like Stephanie Thompson. We all know she exists. She's doing this shit blatantly in people's faces. And when something bad happens, everybody's like, oh my God, not in our town. No, it absolutely wasn't in your town. It was happening right here. All the signs were definitely there, right? The oldest daughter apparently had a boyfriend, and they broke up over the neighbor Mike. And I'm like, who the fuck is Mike? Is this an adult man or is this a kid too? Because the Elizabeth Siders, the mother, she was obviously, dealing with situations and emancipated herself and having babies at 13 and 15 and all this shit. So it's not uncommon. If the mother feels that way, I gotta pee. Oh, get Mav. I thought you said I gotta pee. Gotta go get Mav. Okay. So yeah, it says the attorney for Elizabeth is criticizing Ohio's attorney general and the media for their sensationalized depiction of the House of Horrors case. On June 30th, they arrested Elizabeth, 33, Gary, 36, Gary Siders, 73. Oh, before I get into this too, the grandfather, Gary Siders, 73, apparently they were bringing him to bond court and he slipped and fell. And so he needed medical attention. And the little town in Ohio, right? He's in custody. So I guess they would have to pay for his hospital bill if he's in custody. So they determined that based on I guess he's already had a stroke and whatnot, and his medical condition, that's why they gave him the recognizance bond and put him on a GPS monitor, because then he's not in their custody. So then they don't have to pay for his medical treatment, because they said it would have bankrupted the county to pay for his medical treatment. So that was more of the reason why they gave him a recognizance bond on an ankle monitor to go to the hospital, because he actually tripped and fell on his way to bond court, and the county determined that the medical care he would have needed would have bankrupted the county had they kept him in custody. And I think that's, like, I don't know, relevant to talk about, because if he, like, they haven't done enough investigation to know the level of his guilt, right? If he's involved with whatever happened with these kids, he shouldn't just get out because the county can't afford his medical care. Like, that would never happen in my city. No criminal's gonna get out because they probably just not get a medical care where I'm from. They would just overlook that shit. Like, oh, we didn't see it. We didn't know. Oh, there was blood. We totally overlooked that. Our bad. Have him get checked for his heart health status, preventative care, right? So yeah. It says, and Christina Siders, they've all been charged with endangerment. Elizabeth Siders, along with her husband and his parents, were charged with allegedly endangering their 16 children, who authorities say were living in squalid conditions. Who is Elizabeth Siders? She's the mother of the 16 children. She married Gary Siders March 2008 at age 15, according to court records obtained by News Nation's local affiliate Walk. Her parents consented to the marriage. Speaking exclusively to CUOMO, attorney Tommy Sally said he's met Elizabeth Siders 3 times and she does not come across as pure evil, as he believes the media has portrayed her. The person that I met comes across as a mother who's been separated from her children, who's exhausted and who misses her children and is asking me constantly what she needs to do to see her children again, what she needs to do to ultimately be reunited with her children. That does not jive with the prosecutor's narrative. It doesn't jive with the attorney general's narrative. And I think because of that language that was used so early on in this case, we're sitting here now having to defend what the television and the media instead of in court. So basically he's saying they're having to plead their case to public opinion instead of the court of law, which, welcome to 2026. Multiple reports, which News Nation has not confirmed, claimed Elizabeth birthed 20 children, beginning at age 13. Authorities have so far only confirmed 16 children were removed from the home. So we've got the conjoined twins, makes 18. I wonder where the other 2 came from. Authorities described the Siders' children as feral. After discovering their limited ability to communicate, most of the children lived in a 12 by 12 room.
My question is, are we for sure that they're her twins? How old is the oldest daughter?
The oldest daughter she had when she was 13, and she's 33 now. So the oldest daughter would be, or she was pregnant at 13, so 19. It's very clear that Elizabeth cares about these kids. In the hours and hours that I was sat there in the jail, she kept directing the conversation back to, are the kids okay? The notion that the kids were somehow confined to this 12 by 12 space is pure conjecture. There's no evidence to support that these kids were in any way restrained in this room. There's no evidence to suggest these kids were not allowed to go outside. This case is a case of poverty. This may be a case of isolation. It may be a case of parents getting in over their heads when it comes to their children and their family. But this is a case of the people living together here, he added. Are they okay? Like, yes, they're much better off. I mean, Samantha Pancakes, I'm not sure. This is the problem with society and social media and things getting blown out of proportion. Here's the thing, Queen. So apparently the oldest daughter had a boyfriend and there's been things revealed. She had a Facebook and a TikTok account. She communicated with the boyfriend and was text messaging him. And so there's one child that obviously can't communicate. And Samantha Pancakes, they're being described as feral, which I think is a really fucked up terminology to describe anybody's children as, to be perfectly honest. But that's what her attorney is saying, that the way that the case has been discussed and portrayed to the public. Oh, for anybody who wasn't in here yesterday, let's also talk about cases being misconstrued and projected to the public. We have all heard about the monks in Thailand who were ran over by the 11-year-old boy, correct? Well, we have a Thailand supporter in here who came in yesterday, and I was able to ask her, how she was doing with that situation, because the Thailand monks are a huge deal. And she told us, from the words of her mouth and her friend who was born and raised in Thailand,
the United States news is portraying that shit to make it seem like the 11-year-old boy with special needs and he stole his parents' vehicle. His mother was in the passenger seat, y'all. His mother was in the passenger seat of the truck with him when he mowed down the monks. And everybody in Thailand knows it. Thailand's about to charge the parents, the mother and the father, for their involvement because the mother was in the passenger seat. She was teaching her 11-year-old son how to drive. He's not special needs. He did not steal the keys. None of that happened. And Thailand news is reporting the actual facts in Thailand, right? So while these kids were, rescued, there were 16 kids living in, horrid conditions, that house is very small. I think 2-bedroom or something. The 12 by 12 size bedroom that they're saying the kids had that they shared is a 12 by 12 size bedroom entirely too small for 16 children? Absolutely. But the 8 by 8 shoebox that's holding the 6 of them over there fucking on the blade in Portland isn't any different. So now now my question is, why did their kids get taken? Why did their kids get taken when they're living very similar to the Thompsons? From what I've seen from the inside of the house, I mean, they own their house, so obviously it's more depleted, floors falling out or whatever. Different states is true. I'll give you that, true. But I'm just saying, it's psychological torture. I mean, it is. That, Aaliyah, that's why I've said, people having children and that they can't afford is forcing, adverse childhood experiences on their children. When you have children, and I'm not saying afford financially, that's just one part of affording children. If you don't have the emotional capacity to deal with a child and bringing a child into this world, that you're not able to, you're fucking up. These children don't ask to be here. They need more than just food and water and a foundation and a roof. They need somebody that they can trust. They need safe people in their lives. They need to be able to feel safe to communicate and all of these things. I mean, it could be, Aaliyah, from what I know, the children weren't kept in the house. They weren't restrained. They weren't shackled. They played outside. They had cats. They had a normalcy of poverty life, you know what I'm saying, that they are, let's deal with the facts. I don't know if the mother and father are working. The grandfather had a stroke. Grandmother, they're receiving Social Security benefits. If the parents, the grandma and grandpa, are the only people paying bills around there and their limited fixed income is now being divided, what was supposed to pay for a man and woman now pays for their adult son, his baby mom, his wife, their 16 children, their Social Security benefit isn't enough to accommodate all of those heads. That's poverty. I mean, absolutely, Queen. Somebody should have marched her down to Planned Parenthood. But also I've heard in what she's told her attorney is that, they believe children are a blessing from God. Hey, Abs, it's moving day. I saw you got the Trizuk. Well, I guess it's night now. You made it through that part. My bad. But yes, there is definitely poverty happening there. There is extreme poverty. I don't think that judging somebody based on poverty is a good look. I bet it's some religious psychosis in play. I mean, there was that part. I mean, obviously they don't believe in preventative measures, right? There's not anything. She's 33 years old. She has given birth now, they say, to 18 children, 20 children, 16 were recovered. We saw the grave of the 2. So there's 2 that we don't know, there's 2 missing. They also said that all the children were born in a hospital. I've read that. So it's not like she just gave birth to these kids in the home. Yes, there was a woman in here yesterday. You were here yesterday, Queen. I forget her name, but she has 10 kids, she said. And if you can take care of all 10 of those kids and you've got the time, but she's a stay-at-home mom, maybe her husband works from home. I don't know what their situation is. But if all the children's needs are being met on all levels, not just financially, then do you. Most easily stressful move I've ever had, to be honest. I love that. Mrs. Bush. Yes, thank you, Queen. That's who that was. Uh-huh. So I'm not knocking people. I mean, big families are amazing. There's a part of Mrs. Bush's life with her 10 kids, and they're going to get married, and she's going to have sets of grandkids from all 10 of those. Come on. Her Christmases are going to be the bomb here, and when her kids get grown, right? She will forever have a family and a legacy. Her house will forever be full. Most families can't financially take care of and raise 10 kids. It's irresponsible. In this day and age, I mean, we don't see multimillionaires and billionaires having 10 kids. I mean, Nick Cannon, he just can't keep it in his pants. But he's not a multimillionaire or billionaire. He's got a little bit of money, but he's also not playing an active role. And I mean, financially, and we see pictures here and there, but he's not in the house with all of those children. He's not even with their mothers. Yeah, she won't end up in a nursing home. Say that, Queen. Say that. You have 10 kids, at least one of them gonna save you. Unless you're just a horrible mother, then you're fucked, right? But Mrs. Bush didn't seem like that. She seemed like she was a good mom. She had her shit together. I mean, from conversation in a chat. But I also, the way her attorney is talking, she clearly cares about her kids. I don't know why all of them have like the red ring around their eyes. I don't know what that, is there something in the house that they're ingesting and breathing in? Is it just the water and vegetable oil they're living off of? I don't know. And we've yet to see pictures of these children, right? Hey, Katerina. Happy Friday, gorgeous. It's a great day to have a great day. Abs, there was a woman in Ohio, 16. She had 16 children. Something happened with, that's usually from no sunlight. Something happened with her husband. I guess he, indecent exposure or some shit. The police show up and they see what's happening in this home. They take the 16 kids into custody. Apparently, several of them needed medical attention. One's in critical condition. Obviously they weren't being cared for properly, right? But we have the mother who's 33 years old, who's been having babies since she was 13. She got emancipated, got with this older dude. And the mother and her husband now at 33 live with his parents. His father's had a stroke. His parents are elderly. If mom and dad aren't working and they're relying on grandma and grandpa's Social Security benefits to cover the cost of everybody in the house, we're living in extreme poverty, right? Man, listen, Liza, that part. Natural catastrophe. You got all these kids. I mean, y'all, I showed y'all it was flooding in my city just last week. And during that time, I had to think about it in my mind just with my animals. With Chop's big ass and Lady and the cat. Like, bro, I hope we don't get water. Because now I'm going to have to figure out how to keep them dry. Yeah, it's a lot. One of those other things that always hits my heart in a special kind of way, with all the mass school pew-pewings and all the things that are happening, and all of our, special needs, nonverbal children, right? Like, while I can have a conversation with my daughter and set up a safety plan for what our plan is, because the school can say whatever. I don't give a damn. Me and my child definitely have a safety plan for these types of situations, right? And you can get the Teflon for their backpack and tell them to cover their chest and do all these things. But if you have a special needs stimmer, nonverbal kindergartner who has outbursts, right? And there's a pew-pewing in a school. I mean, I feel for kindergarten teachers anyways to have to try to explain this to little kindergartners that we got to be quiet. 4 and 5-year-olds have a hard time being quiet.
But then if you have a special needs person who is nonverbal, who just stims or whatever and has vocal stims, so now you've got the whole classroom quiet and hiding.
Not
but then
even just special needs. Imagine working in a daycare and having to practice lockdown.
Right, I'm saying that like little people
That
are
is
hard
my
anyways.
biggest fear.
But if you
Actually,
have a little person, like I think about my cousin's little son, he's nonverbal autistic, he's 6. And here and there, like he'll just burst out sounding like a little fire engine and shit. So what if they're hiding and teachers got everybody under control and we're all quiet hiding from said pew-pewer, but then you've got the little stimmer who just all of a sudden he's fire engine gone, right? Jeopardizing the whole classroom. Now she's got to try to save everybody. No, Siani, how did they do? See, that's always been my fear. Like, how do the special needs kids handle it?
and this is why we have to practice it so often. Like, there's a state mandate where we have to practice active lockdowns in order to stay like a certified daycare because of this. Like, what do you do in that situation when you're with a child that's special needs or a toddler, or if you're in the newborn room and how do you mitigate that?
We had to distract them. She said she'd put a hand over somebody's mouth. A 6-year-old being abused by a teacher. Was that what is it? Cyrus? Is that his name? Cyrus? Mother put camera. Yep, Cyrus. You know what, baby? That when that story first came out, we talked about that. Now people are just now catching up to that. Yeah. Cyrus's mother put the camera in his hair. Yeah, and the teacher was being real ugly with him. And then when she came to get him, and they called her and said that they found, that he had a recording device on him. And she was like, well, then you were touching him because it was in his hair. Like, how did you? No, we saw the light or whatever.
Like, legally, you can't do that. Even in those situations, you can't do that because, especially with a small child, you run the risk of airflow. You can't. So you have to find other ways to distract and do that. And it's hard. It is the active lockdown or a Sandy Hook situation is one of my deepest fears working in a day.
Through all that, what you can and can't do in life or death situation, I would be breaking all the fucking rules. And yeah, I know it's probably not like you're not supposed to, and I'm probably gonna lose my fucking job, but we're all gonna live.
Yeah,
having my job tomorrow is not even. If we're in the heat of an active pew-pewer and this is really happening, we're the heat of the moment. All of that shit goes out the fucking window. By any means necessary, me and these children in this room are surviving. And if I lose my job tomorrow because what I did wasn't the appropriate measure, as long as they all lived, I'm still cool with myself. Whether I didn't hurt nobody, didn't traumatize nobody. Oh, I had to cover somebody's mouth real quick? Okay. If I get fired for that, so be it. They lived. And little Johnny's still alive. I'm sorry, Mrs. Little Johnny's mama, that I had to cover your son's mouth because he wouldn't shut the fuck up. But he's alive, ma'am. I can deliver your son to you. Would you rather I let him keep hollering and been, not alive? There's that part. But even if it cost me my job, it would just have to cost me my job. See, I think that fear of shit. See, I'm the type of person, and it's happened more than once. Like school time, when the kids are getting out of school, I've picked Monty up from school before and driving him home, and there's some kids trying to beat some little boy up on the side of the street, and I pull over and get out of my car as a mother. What is going on? Leave him alone. And I don't know these children, because when you see something, you fucking say something, and that's what that means. Seeing something and saying something. See, if you see something, say something. See, people have taken that to if you see something, go host a panel and discuss it and bring awareness to it and make 11 videos, and you're saying something. No, if you see something, you say something. If I drive past some, kids in my neighborhood of the brown or black color being, pulled over, I'll sit back and put my phone on record just to make sure. Especially if it's in some of our more suspect neighborhoods. And if it gets too grisly, I'm getting out. Because I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not doing nothing dirty. Officer, is everything okay? It looks like you're being a little rough with them boys. What's going on? Just asking. Y'all want me to call your mama? Right? Like, you offer this type of shit. If you see something, you say something. That's how MonTeesMama see something and say something.
Oh, don't even get me started with the splash pad violence. Oof.
Probably too, getting the daylight slapped out of her at the splash pad. I had to stop it. Mom was paying zero attention. I know that's right, Queen. Because when you see something, you say something. And if you can stand and say, like, anybody's child is safe in my presence, if you say that type of shit, you better mean it. And that means when you're out in public, anybody's child.
I had an issue like that at the park. Did I tell you about that? Why I don't go to that park no more? So I'm at the playground with the kids. I be taking the kids to the beach and stuff. Like, we don't have an actual beach, it's the waterfront park. And Maverick was playing on the playground and I'm watching them. I look down for like 2 seconds and there's a commotion going on. It's not my kids. And so at first I'm like, what's going on? Kind of just observing to see if I need to get my kids out of there. And a dad was playing with his son on the playground and had backed up and knocked over someone else's little kid on accident, or like threw a ball or something. Again, I didn't see what the initial issue was. And the other dad of the other little girl that got knocked over just lost his absolute mind. You did that on purpose. Just started going at him. And he's like, look, I'm sorry. And the little boy that the dad was playing with walked towards them to make sure the little girl was okay. And so the dad that knocked over the little girl started walking towards his kid. And so obviously that set off whatever. And the dad that was going off was just, don't come near me. And he's like, that's my kid right there. And he's like, no, this is my kid. And then at that point, you obviously realize that the one that's going off was inebriated and just wouldn't stop. Finally, I had to, like, it was going on for so long. The dad had already walked off with his son and left the situation to de-escalate. And this dude is still going off, cussing, whatever. There is large families here. It was a sunny day. And this dude is still popping off, cussing them out, whatever, standing up like he's going to do something. His daughter's crying. I'm like, all right, this is getting out of hand. And if you don't de-escalate, I'm going to have to involve law enforcement. Like, there's other people's kids here and you're making the situation unsafe. I don't go there no more. Don't make me the park Karen. Don't. But if you're going to be sitting there acting belligerent like that in front of not just my kids, but everyone else's, and no one was saying anything to him.
You're talking about that dad at the park that one
Yes,
day?
I am.
I hate that dude.
But yeah, it just, ugh. She distracted me. I forgot what I was saying. Train of thought lost. It's gone. Pew!
Lord have mercy.
Can't land the plane. Forgot where it was going.
Oh, y'all. Let me show you. That's one of my, let me find it. That's one of my other favorites. It's been coming across my FYP lately.
The firecracker incident?
No, I realized that in my next life, I want to be a jet. I want to fly fighter jets.
Now what could...
Not the Top Gun.
Y'all, these videos
He's
right
gonna
here.
be the goose to Maverick.
Hold on. These videos right here have been my I've been loving these, y'all. These are coming, they're running a close second to my fainting goats. And I don't know why.
Damn, baby, all I need is a little bit. Drop it like it's hot.
Okay. Where's Gremlin?
I want to do this when I grow up.
Never mind. I decided Maverick is named after Maverick in Top Gun.
Look at this shit. What? When I grow up, yep, I'm going to be her. Hey. I like the way they send them off and they do all this extra shit. And then they still salute them. Watch. Hey.
A man in uniform, you say?
Yep. Why is this video like an hour long?
A little bit like Mr. Gremlin.
And they be doing it like, why is the video so long, y'all? They replay it a couple times, I think.
Why is this video 10 minutes long?
I swear to God, I get so stuck, y'all. I mean, look at that shit. What? When I grow up.
So, True had said something about jumping out of a plane. And I believe here at, I don't know exactly where, but in my state, there was a flight instructor instructing one of his guys, and the guy who was flying the plane, the student, had to land the plane by himself because the instructor jumped to his sleepy nanites.
Not the sleepy nunite.
Yeah. The sleepy nanites.
The forever sleepy nunites?
Oh, yeah. On purpose.
Oh my God. See, this is the shit that make me not want to go there. Pookie, I'm supposed to be moving to be your neighbor so we can homestead together.
That's fine. It's not us, it's other people. Not my problem.
Who am I gonna? I'm gonna be out tending my chickens and some flight instructor's gonna come and.
No, they usually do it in town, so they hit asphalt, not dirt.
Unless you are an emergency.
Chicken coops?
Not currently accepting inbound. RFAR.
I don't know, that video made me change my mind about a couple things. Everyone asked me, oh, his name's Maverick, like Top Gun? And I'm like, no, because I don't like Tom Cruise. I think Maverick might be named after a certain fighter pilot now, after seeing that video.
My husband lands planes now.
Here, this is another one of my favorites. I'll share some favorites with y'all since we're on plane talk.
You don't want to watch my favorites.
This is one of my favorites.
Nobody's playing your favorites. We'll get nannered.
Absolutely.
Poisoning, escalating abdominal pain. Mayday, mayday, mayday. American 186 declaring a medical emergency. Pediatric passenger with severe food poisoning, escalating abdominal pain. Suspected acute appendicitis with risk of an appendix rupture. Request immediate vectors and priority straight-in approach to Miami International. EMS standby requested. American 186, unable at this time. Air Force One is on short final runway and movement area secured for VIP arrival. Next approach window, 15 minutes.
Wait.
Tom Cruise is
Time
icky.
critical. Pain worsening, persistent vomiting, fever trending up. Medical professional on board recommends urgent surgical evaluation. Request immediate straight-in. American 186, clearance denied. Hold as instructed. Any unauthorized approach will prompt FAA review and administrative action. Confirming. A VIP arrival is being prioritized over a time-sensitive pediatric emergency with appendix rupture risk. American 186, procedures are mandatory. Landing without clearance subjects crew to certificate action and removal from duty. Understood. I'm responsible for every soul on board. The child's status is deteriorating by the minute. Safety of flight requires priority landing. American 180 advisory. Federal law enforcement staged at the gate. Continuing the approach will result in post-landing administrative processing. Copy advisory. Safe landing comes first. Any administrative matters can follow. American 186 committing to land at Miami International. Mayday, mayday, mayday. American 186 declaring.
That's what I'm talking about. He said he was bringing that baby down. He didn't give a good damn what they were talking about. Ain't no presidential nothing. I'm bringing him down. That was one of my favorites too.
Is that... Never mind.
I don't know if it's AI or what.
I'm not gonna poop on your rainbow.
Right. I mean, it's just it's not even, they don't show the plane. They just show, I mean, I guess they did show the plane, but it's more the conversation. The first time I heard it was the conversation. Right. You're not out here shitting on my rainbow.
I love you, but you be falling for that AI stuff, and I have to save you.
What the hell? At the age of 29. Oh my God. First broken guy.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is a weirdo, and so is John Travolta, and I can't do it. We named Maverick after a car. I know I've been over this because I have
This one
model
fucks
car.
me up too.
Got a few screws loose, I guess. Never really knew it until now.
Richard Russell, a 29-year-old Horizon Air employee, shocked the world by hijacking an empty plane from the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport and crashing it into a small island in the Puget Sound, Washington.
Not SeaTac.
These are his final messages.
I got a lot of people that care about me, and it's gonna disappoint them that you that I did this.
I remember that happened at SeaTac.
Russell, who had been working at the airport's maintenance area for 3.5 years, was primarily tasked with handling aircraft ground services. He manipulated a Bombardier Q400, a 76-seat turboprop owned by Horizon Air, maneuvering it into position with a tractor before proceeding to take off.
This is probably like jail time for life, huh?
I remember this shit, and I didn't know that this was like across the water from me.
We don't have any of that stuff. We're just trying to find a place for you to land safely.
Yeah, not quite ready to bring it down just yet, but holy smoke, I gotta stop looking at the fuel because it's going down quick.
The proximity of tens of thousands of Pearl Jam fans at the Safeco field, nearly 12 miles from the takeoff point, elevated the
God!
Oh my god.
Nevertheless, the swift response of authorities, including the deployment of fighter jets, limited the incident's impact.
Hey, you think if I land this successfully, Lasco will give me a job as a pilot?
He would give you a job doing anything if you could pull this off.
Damn it, that's true. People's lives are at stake here.
Now, Rich, don't say stuff like that.
Nah, I don't want to hear no one. I just want you to whisper sweet nothings into my ear.
The hijacker maintained an open line with an air traffic controller throughout his doomed flight.
The way where I used to live when this went down, I could have seen this shit.
As Russell performed a barrel roll before plunging into the fiery crash.
Just flying the plane around, do you seem comfortable with that?
Oh, hell yeah, it's a blast, man. I played video games before. You know, I know what I'm doing a little bit.
So like I said, if you want to try to land, that's probably the best place to go.
Damn it, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to. I was kind of hoping that was going to be it, you know? I'm going to land it in a safe kind of manner. I think I'm going to try to do a barrel roll. And
Yes, I know.
minimum wage. We'll chalk it up to that.
Oh.
Maybe a little grease the gears a little bit with the higher up. Maybe, yeah.
So, Rich, before you do that, let's think about them.
Richard Bebo Russell's life, marked by a minimum wage job that he found tedious, yet enabled his love for travel, ended in tragedy and left his family and loved ones in shock and grief.
Oh my god.
His final YouTube post, revealing his job's monotony and his adventures around the world, stands as a poignant reminder of the man behind the headlines. His family expressed in a statement, he was right in saying that there are so many people who loved him.
Hi, I'm Bebo Russell, and I'm a ground service agent. That means I lift a lot of bags. Like, a lot of bags. So many bags. Look at all them bags. Ooh, a purple one. I usually have to work outside in this. Most importantly, I get to visit those I love most. It evens out in the end.
Broken guy.
Yeah, that one got me. I was like, oh, okay.
That one, holy fuck. MonTeesMama,
Is that
where
AI too? That's AI too?
No, that one was real. That was an actual news article. I remember that, but I didn't know it was like next door to me to the point where he was flying around on the plane. I could have walked out of my house and seen that.
Well, you missed it that day, ma'am.
I'm glad. That shit makes me not want to get on a plane again. It always hits different when it's your airports. Man.
Okay,
Ray
Pepper
too. She said she's 10 minutes away from SeaTac.
Where's Gwendolyn? In my inbox, she said she sent me.
No, don't do it. You're gonna get a fruit delivery. The whole edible arrangement. That's crazy. I didn't know. I didn't know that that happened in the Puget Sound. Like that's I don't watch the news because I already have fucking crazy anxiety about everything. I'm not y'all, I can't even get in a car without having a panic attack. So no thanks. Do it, they live safe. Okay.
These are Gremlin's favorites.
Where's Meg? Where's Kitty? One that says smells really good.
There's Gremlin's faves.
way that I didn't even recognize that was the dude from The 100 until Gremlin said something to me. Where's my man Styles?
Wait, is that? No, that wasn't Gremlins. Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, not play with the drone. I can't even get that drone to work, and it's not an inside toy. The way that thing doesn't listen and will crash into one of our TVs, no. It's not even an outside toy. No, it's not. I'm here.
Gremlins FYP just flicks its bean like totally all day.
Wet again. Fucking done, Gremlin.
Water is wet. Stop it. I can't escape y'all nasty little heifers. Y'all is nasty nasties. And because it happens over here, it's my fault.
Ma'am, it's 10:15 in the morning. I warned you not to go Gremlin's way. I said it. Didn't I say it, y'all? Don't do it. I told her not to. She don't listen.
I have to
she
be
listens about as much as my little smooth drone does.
We have to be fair, true. Everybody gets a chance, and if she sent videos, I play them. When Pink Tea sends them, I play them. When everybody else sends them, I can't just, we're not playing Gremlins. That's fucking rude.
Video. To everyone, there's a lot more people in here. Did everyone get my video?
We're not doing it again.
I'm not making you do it again. Did everyone get my video?
Yanni, everybody can send stuff. I love sharing. Like, I like to share what I see with y'all, but I love seeing what y'all be seeing too. The fainting goes.
I had to send. I sent it to everyone because I posted it.
And Blueface, and oh my god, he is mistreating that girl. Oh my goodness, y'all, this one tickled me this morning too. I don't know where she's at, but she's got a pet monkey, and he's a funny looking little sucker.
I wanted a pet monkey so bad until I found out they throw their feces.
Oh, hold on. He bit the lady.
I don't like this one.
She talks to him just like a kid.
It's biting and hurting people, and he's just smacking.
Well, she had to smack him. He bit her.
Oh, that's her.
And she cussing him out, telling him about himself, and he listening. They got a good relationship. At first, I didn't know how I felt about it either, but the more but see, look, this is her thing. That's her monkey, bro.
Dude, koala bears,
that's her monkey.
Modern
He's
day
mean as
dodo
hell,
bird.
apparently. Whatever type of monkey, whatever. Yeah, that's her monkey, and she love him, and she fuck with him. But apparently, he was having a bad day, and she popped his ass. He needed pow-pows. He bit the girl with the groceries, and he bit her. He done bit two people.
Maybe let's not have monkeys as pets. I learned that from that chimp documentary on HBO, man. That was a wild ride. Have y'all seen that? The Chimp Crazy? It's like the Tiger King of the chimp world on HBO. Oh, my Lord.
And I don't understand what happened here, y'all.
As long as you don't bring them to the store like dog people. I can't.
What happened? Why did it go off on the street? Like, I don't think they did that right. But yeah, y'all.
Wow.
I'm addicted.
Not gonna lie, that one didn't look real.
And it's like they got they picked the right.
That was Travis the chimp, and that story is so fucking sad. They did that chimp wrong on so many levels.
Some of that, though, we have an air and water show in Chicago, and the jet fighters do definitely come in doing that shit. So, I don't know.
We got I don't know, are the Blue Angels everywhere, or is that just Washington?
Okay.
Here's another one. I love them. They're all in my FYP. Like, stop it. Yep. When I grow up, y'all, no degrees. We're going straight to the air. Or I'll even be the person dancing. I want to be him.
The only fighter plane videos I have is the conspiracy theory ones where the lady freaked out about the Blue Angel pilots that they weren't real.
How can you not enjoy this?
Good morning, my people.
Good morning.
I wanna be the dancer in the video, okay, Fiona?
I'm trying to say, what if this was your job every day? You just go and this is what you do. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it. Hell yeah.
MonTeesMama, do you know why sloths are endangered?
Why what are endangered?
Sloths.
Why?
You told us this one before.
Sloths are endangered because they are not very smart. And so when they are upside down climbing the tree branches, like across the tree branches, they usually mistake their arms as a tree limb. And so they go and grab their arm instead of the tree limb, and then they fall
And
to
go
their
sleeping that night.
forever.
I'm fucking.
It's the same thing with koalas. Koalas are so unintelligent that they don't know, they won't even eat proper nutrition. That's why they only eat the eucalyptus. They're semi-toxic and they don't provide any nutrition. So that's why not sloths, but koala bears are so like lethargic all the time.
I don't know if I want to do this
Koala
one,
bears.
Hannah. This looks dope, but I don't know if MonTeesMama, I don't know. Maybe in my next life I'll be more agile.
Yeah. Show me somebody that can bend over to the front and touch their toes.
I can still do that.
We're looking at planes, Desiree.
The song is on. There's a moment
Oh
of
my
silence.
goodness, look at them just dropping in that water. Oh my God.
You get me, Fiona. Shit, he said bend over and touch your toes, so I have to say it. Shit, the hell?
Yeah. If you a top notch bitch, let me hear you holler. Hey.
Hey, if
That's
you the
my shit
top
right there.
notch.
Don't let MonTeesMama be out shaking her stinking and that song come on. I'm turning the club out. If you a top notch bitch, let me hear you holler. Hey, bend it over, baby.
Bend it over.
I heard a loud bang. Let me go check on my Smallwood.
Yes, I don't know. Hey, Astronaut R, I definitely want to do the jet fighter in my next life. I'm not sure about that helicopter shit. I'm not sure about the jumping out the man. And some of those, let me see. Some of those, what is it? It called probably marine training or something.
That's that Top Gun stuff. I gotta be honest with y'all. I've honestly never watched Top Gun all the way through. I just don't like Tom Cruise. I just don't like him. That's the only issue I have with Top Gun. That's why I'm like, when people are like, oh, Maverick, Top Gun, no.
I know, the club days is where it was at back in the day. I'm too old for that.
I've never been to a nightclub.
This is the same time about this is how they train. Like, what are we doing?
Have y'all seen The Guardian with Ashton Kutcher and Kevin Costner? I'm his op. You watch Scientology, that Scientology docuseries that What's Her Butt from King of Queens did, and you won't like Tom Cruise either.
Girl, ain't nobody fixing to not like something based off of a docuseries. People who like Tom Cruise just like Tom Cruise.
I implore you to look into what I'm talking about, because
you want to do this type of training?
I almost joined the Navy because that's just what we do here in Washington.
I like food too much to do that.
In my next life, I'm gonna have that body. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Upside down with
It's
a
not
gun?
just a documentary, it's a TV show where they go over all of the things that Honestly, you might actually find it informative, MonTeesMama, because a lot of the tactics Scientology uses are pretty fucking familiar.
Yeah, except here's the thing. Here's the thing, true, for honest purposes only, as I agree, and I don't mind looking into Scientology shit. I adhere to just my own little journey over here. I listen to my conscience. I listen to that little voice in my head. You've been around for this whole shit show of shenanigans. We have followed instinct. Like, your instinct and my instinct is what got us through and what has played right for my life. So while Christianity, while I was growing up and going to church every Sunday and participating in that worked for me. And while other things have worked, and Scientology, it was part of, my history of religion studies. So I'm familiar. But like I said, I don't think I atone to any particular religion. I respect them all. I respect everybody's belief systems.
No, I have zero respect for. Girl, you need to watch that documentary. Like, it's not even just the religion. The religion is a crock. So let's just go there, because I need you to know. So Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard, science fiction writer, made this religion about we're all space aliens, blah, 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 blah. But it's the Sea Org, and what they do to people. They make you sign contracts for 1,000,000 years so they think they own you.
They don't. Nobody makes you do anything. Nobody makes you. People, like, that's the part I don't like. We can tell the story, but let's tell the story truthfully. Nobody made anybody do anything. Those people decided that they were going to do that, and that's what they did. Nobody made them. They wanted to be a part of that group, so that's what they did. Just like if you're Christian, you get baptized. If you're Catholic, you go through confirmation. Nobody made you. That's what you did. And every religion has a set of structure, standards, or whatever, whether Jehovah's Witness or whatever. Nobody makes them.
It's not a religion, though. The only reason they're classed as a religion was to evade tax fraud with the FBI.
I mean, how many other religions are classified that way to do that, though?
It's true. Girl, I implore you to look into it deeper. I implore you to look into before you start treating it like, oh, a lot of other religions do that. No, that religion specifically.
What I'm trying to say, true, is regardless what they've got going on, I'm not fixing to join their congregation. I'm not interested in joining their congregation. And anybody who has already jumped in and signed up and signed their life away for 1,000,000 years and whatever, like, is there a list? Like, should I stay away from them? Do I need to block them on TikTok type shit?
It goes generations. So you have the people that signed up and made that choice, but then their children are forced into it. And once you join, they will make your life a living hell to get out. They will find you. They will put you in, like, prison camps.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like Mormons, or, you know what I'm saying?
It's very similar, but not like Mormons are like a step under Scientology. You stay far the fuck away from it, and they lure you in. I've even gotten propositioned by the Church of Scientology in Colorado. Like,
so this is my thing. Kind of like my grandma and my dad, like, your TV can be a garbage box, right? Just like astronaut art, stuff like that. You stay far, far away from them. And while I understand that the documentary might be educational or giving a perspective or whatever, but just like the other documentaries that you've put us privy to, as far as the dolphins or whatever, like, which documentary did you see type shit, certain things are played in a different light. But either way, that type of demonic or whatever type of shit, I don't even want to watch the documentary. I don't want to invite the energy of that into my space.
Yeah, when you're playing devil's advocate with those people, and you can't play devil's advocate with those people.
No, I just don't have an opinion. It's kind of like when they were dragging Alicia May through the streets about her husband, and I said, I just don't have an opinion, right? That's how I feel about the Scientology people. I don't have an opinion. However they choose to do it, I'm not joining. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm not marrying Alicia May's husband. Like, there's certain things I just choose not to have an opinion about because they don't personally impact my life. And most of them Scientology folks, they got more money than the law allows. Like, we don't run in the same circles. I know my place. I do not, probably will never meet none of them folk ever a day in my life because I ain't got their type of money. And even once I do have their type of money, in the ways that I'm trying to go to get it, I'm not going to appeal to them. I'm probably going to end up like Tupac or Michael Jackson or any of the other people who were trying to say something and then they went to heaven. And shit, if I'm going to go to heaven, I'm going to go to heaven screaming and hollering and telling all the truth just like everybody else did. Sign me up, Johnny. But I want to tell the truth about things I want to tell the truth about, and I'm not versed enough. Shit, it's true. You do the Scientology. You speak out about them. You got a lot of years left in your life.
Hell no, because they have the fair game, whatever they do. This is the thing, and this is the difference between all that, is they will go after the little people. Like, you got to be careful even what you're saying on lives about these people, because they will invade and look you up and do all sorts of shit. It's crazy. And it's not just like, oh, I'm not rich enough for these people to mess with me. They go to like festivals. This is how they like I've interacted with the Church of Scientology without knowing about it until I watched this documentary. They will go to these festivals and be like, do you want to take a personality test? And they'll hand you this card and have you do this personality test, and then that's how they like kind of lure people in. It's crazy.
Right, it's any extremist religion. And I would implore everyone, if you've got time on your hands, to
They've gone and invaded the Muslim church.
I would implore anyone who has time on their hands to go and take you a history of religion course. Because while I do not denounce anybody's faith, nor my own, religion is man-made. And everything about it, including its books, are all man-made. The faith in the Lord is a spiritual connection. And when people start realizing and start doing shit the right way, we might be in a better place. But the religions that have been created to divide us are all man-made, and we're created with the purpose to create division, to create hate, to create judgment, to create all of the things. Hence why I don't have an opinion. I don't participate in anything extreme. I don't think any extreme organization, whether it be religious or, that 3-letter that starts with K, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't participate. I don't participate. Extremist shit is not cool. And at the end of the day, there's one creator. We all serve him. When we get there, it's not going to be sectioned off by what religion you participated in here. It's going to be based on what your soul did, what you put in, what your karmic lessons you learned. Like, I believe it's a learning and growing, you know what I mean? And through all the religions that I studied, the Western world, over here is where there's like a good guy, bad guy, yada, yada. All the other religions, most of them believe in the silver and golden rule, and they believe in reincarnation, and they live their life either to do great deeds so their next life can be better, or like so that they don't end up like a cricket in their next life, right? Like, they look at things in a very more simplistic, we just need to be right people. Whereas over here, we've got all these other distractions and all this other dumb shit, just like the shit with Abby and the Thailand story. That shit is still sticking in my craw. The news that we see, we get told what they want us to know. And that still bugs me. Why are they trying to paint it as this boy with special needs and all this other stuff if him and his mother in the passenger seat mowed down a bunch of monks? That's what the fuck happened. Why are they changing the story up for us? Right? Hinduism, Buddhists are ones of my faves. Listen, and my buddy in the store, Liza, I told him that because when I was studying Hinduism, I like them too. And you want to know why I like Hinduism? Because they respect all other practices. Like, if you go to a Hindu temple to try to, fellowship with them, they will have a statue of Jesus there so that when it's time to pray, that you can pray to your God. Hindus believe in multiple, and I like that. They say that there could be multiple gods that walk the face of the earth, but there's only one God that lives on the other side of eternity. And I can grasp with that. Am I going to become a Hindu? All thighs know this. It's weird because my algorithm has an entire different story. I know because you've got your thigh algorithm, our United States algorithm, and what's really happening while you're in Thailand. That's so crazy. And listen, like, regardless what people practice or what they're doing, if there's hate involved in it, like every religion that I studied, it all starts with love. Everything is love. So wherever that shit got confused, because no matter what you practice as far as your religion or your belief system, it should start with love. It should lead with love and it should leave with love. Yeah, seeing my friend stick her feet in his iPhone, I was like, what? Why are we being lied to? Not Scientology.
Why are you calling it thigh? It's Thai.
Thigh.
It's Thai, isn't it?
When she says it, they all have the "t" over there. We call it Thailand. How do you say it? Her THs is "th."
Is it? Abs,
When you
help
speak in
me.
Thai, when she speaks with her Thai people, were you here yesterday when she was talking to Benno and she was talking in Thai?
No, I would love Abs. Can you educate me? Because I feel like
True's right. Well, when you were speaking in Thai, your THs was "t," "t." It's the I. The I.
it was. So basically, Liza, L. Ron Hubbard, when he started it, it was literally basically a bet. Like, I'm one of the
Why
biggest
are you
Scientology.
do this? Listen, what I don't understand. Okay, love you down real bad, but you just got through saying like if we talk about these people, they will go for the little people. Blah, you got to be careful. Blah blah blah. So you're gonna come on MonTeesMama Live, where I got to be responsible for what
I was
everybody
just
says because
responding
it's
to
my
the
fucking
comment.
live.
Good God.
Liza, talk to her about this when y'all go game. She already done said they'll put a target on my back, and now she want to come over here and put the target over here. She just listen. True be bored. She be trying to put targets on my back so then she can go and defend me to the targets. You want to fight them Scientology people? True life. She coming for y'all. It wasn't MonTeesMama who did it. I don't want them problems. I'm not even fixing to watch y'all little documentary. I ain't fixing to do nothing. I don't even know how to spell Scientology. I'm allergic to science. Trudy Booty always over here trying to do some shit, y'all. I be catching her and she be on one.
I'm not okay.
I'm just talking shit, true. Scientology. Liza said they can come for her. Liza creativity down there, y'all. Scientology folk. It wasn't me. For anybody in the hallway, I ain't got no
It's
beef.
really the reason I want you to watch it, because it really is. Like, you're talking about, oh, this is based in love. No, it literally was a bet that L. Ron Hubbard was a science fiction writer and he could create like the biggest religion or something like that. And I don't remember the exact details, but he started it basically as a like, hold my beer, watch this type thing. And then, are your chores done? Then you know the answer.
I just have to tidy up.
Girl! But then it turned into like it's almost like a pyramid scheme. Make yourself the best you can be, but you have to pay us this much money for these courses.
Well, that sounds like weak-minded individuals, because why I gotta pay you to be the best me? That's crazy. What, you got some bedazzle you're gonna
It's
put on it or
also
something?
just
You're gonna bedazzle
psychological
me?
warfare, what they do to people. It's so fucking scary. And like, you think, oh, that's just weak-minded people and everything, and then they cover how they infiltrated the Nation of Islam in the United States, like how they got a hold of like the leader of that religion and said, oh, you need to start having them come to Scientology and doing that. Like, they are it I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's a fun rabbit hole to go down. But that's what Liza was saying. Like, it literally, it started as a money grab. They own a whole town in Florida. And not a lot of people know about it. It's that Reckless Ben that I've been talking about with Bricks and Minifigs. He did a whole thing on Scientology too.
It really takes a level of discipline and protection to be safe from that shit. Or a level of fucking airheadedness. I don't know. I was having a conversation with my buddy yesterday.
It's not as simple as don't it sounds like weak-minded people, because the tactics they use is so elaborate how they get people in there that you won't even know it's Scientology until you're in deep. Like I said, how they could come take a personality quiz and do this and this and this. It is so elaborate and it's honestly scary. Like when I was watching this documentary and they were talking about these personality quizzes, I was like, that sounds familiar. And like I said, they come to festivals and everything. So I think it was at Denver Pride that I went to, and I go and look in my wallet while I'm watching this documentary, and sure as shit, there is a coupon or a card to do this personality test in my fucking wallet. I didn't even see that it was from Scientology because it's in really fine print. I kid you not. I didn't do it, but I had it in my card from when I was collecting business cards, because when you get at those festivals, they offer you a bunch of freebies and stuff, and you take their whatever. It's that deep. It's that elaborate. It's fucking scary. Yeah. You have to know manipulation to prevent manipulation. That part, and people are afraid of learning manipulation. It's so fucking elaborate and so crazy how they prey on just like you said, vulnerable people. And then it's the people that do get in too deep and realize they're in too deep. There's a lady in one of those who talked about how she tried to leave and they cut off all of her communication, and she had to basically escape from this facility and got halfway down the road, and the point they followed her and were going to drag her back to the whatever. And I don't know, I can't remember how she ended up getting away, but she hid in the trunk of a car and stuff, and they were still trying to find her to bring her back. Yeah, Leah Remini is the spokesperson of it now. She's taking it to the courts and everything because they've infiltrated police departments and everything else. It is very, when you said the comparison to Mormons, it's very similar, but also just way more elaborate than that because of the funds that they've had. They've managed to do this to people. It's terrifying. Because it doesn't stop when you leave. They will still continue to come after you and try and bring you back after you leave. It's gone beyond religion. It is it's a cult, and it's a scary one at that. Fear of hell makes Christians awful. Yeah, it does. FLDS Mormons. Yeah, those guys are interesting too, but they're more that's a I don't have an opinion type thing. But the FLDS has their sects of.
Oh no, what you don't have an opinion about? FLDS Mormons? Oh no, let's talk about them. Because when I said I didn't have an opinion, you took over and we talked about that shit. So let's talk about the Mormons.
So the reason when I say the Mormon church is a step under Scientology, because it's almost they've used a lot of the same tactics. Hey, no thanks, dude.
Okay, so that's crazy that you even put it that way, because the Mormons been around long before the Scientology folks. So the Scientology people can't be they wouldn't be using their shit. It would be the other way around.
Hey, no thanks. When I say that, I mean it in a sense of the more modern sects of.
So that means the Scientology people are just a spin-off of the Mormons in a fucking more modern
not
sense.
At all. I'm talking about the more modern day, the what is the?
We're talking about a bunch of shit I don't want to talk about, but we're talking about it anyways. We're talking about Scientology, and now I forced the Mormons because I didn't want to talk about the Scientology, and then she didn't want to talk about the Mormons. So now, yeah, that's where we're at. Talking about a bunch of shit I didn't want to talk about.
So the difference that I see with Scientology and Mormonism is there is a level of Mormonism that is okay, yeah, that's an agree to disagree upon. Like with the religions, it's a different sect of like certain types of. It's like a offshoot of Christianity, whatever. There are some versions of Mormonism that really aren't terrible. It's just weird, kind of thing. But then you've got the Warren Jeffs people that is a more modern spin-off of Mormonism that does
No, it's
is
not
very
a more
similar
modern
to
spin-off. It's called the extremist like that's the extremist segment of.
what I'm saying is you're like, oh, Mormonism's been around before Scientology. Yes. But that specific version of it was not. And so they use a lot of the same tactics. They're very similar because it's a cult. So like they're all
Well,
gonna
unfortunately, baby, unfortunately, to be the bearer of bad news, all of them do. I mean, there's extremist sectors of all of these religions. There's extremist Christians. There's extremist Catholics. There's extremists in
understand that.
all of
But
it,
what I'm
right?
saying is
But
the
all
reason
of
that
these
it's a step
groups,
under. The reason I'm saying it's a step under, hey, what? Is because you've got the, like I said, the Warren Jeffs people, they don't have as much reach as like Scientology. Scientology was like the 70s, 60s. It started to come around. And so they're kind of growing into, yes, that being more Scientology like. But the Church of Scientology kind of wrote that, walked so that the Warren Jeffs thing could run, kind of thing. I don't know. That's all I was saying is why I feel like it's like a step under. It's not as widespread as Scientology is, because Scientology is worldwide, whereas like the Mormon Warren Jeffs part of Mormonism is isolated to that like smaller group of people in Utah.
it's just the way our brains work. That's all. It's just the way our brains work. Because Scientology, again, there are, as far as religions go, maybe because I took the history of religion, like they are man-made, right? These are man-made religions. So Scientology, like, is so fresh to the game, and it doesn't even get the respect in my book. And while Mormons have been around, like that religion, the extremist is the Warren Jeffs. That's the extremist version of the Mormon religion. All Mormons aren't like Warren Jeffs. There are some Mormons who practice the Mormon faith who aren't doing what that
just said that.
doing. Just like there are some people who are probably in Scientology at a smaller level who aren't extremists, right?
No,
Just
wrong.
like there's some
Absolutely wrong. And that's what I'm
not
saying.
judging
Like,
because I feel there's good and bad everywhere. There's good cops, there's bad cops. There's good people, there's bad people everywhere. So if you say it's a forced religion and these kids are born into it, then there's probably some children who are being forced into Scientology whose spirit doesn't align with that, but they're not going to have the ability to escape from that until they become adults, right? Or the woman that was in the trunk, right? Just like Mormons. So the people aren't responsible for what the fuck that has been put on them if that's a forced situation. It's bigger than that. And that's why I didn't want to talk about it, and I don't have judgment for it, because the way my brain works is I see through all of those layers of, and I don't look at things as a whole. I say all the time, like everything's like a my chart.
Well,
nothing is the same. There's nothing that falls across the plane just for everybody. Nothing works for everybody. What works for you may not work for me.
Girl,
things can
listen,
work together.
How you said there was probably versions of Scientology that weren't as bad like that. There isn't. That's what I'm saying. It's an extremist extremism as a whole.
Like, I don't, not that you're a very smart woman and you have a
like
lot
how
of
you
knowledge.
said there was
But
denominations
for you to
of
sit here and
Mormonism.
say that there's not a good person that is involved in Scientology, I feel is very arrogant of you, because you don't know everybody involved in that.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what I was saying. What I was saying is, like, I'm not looking at it as a whole as far as it being a religion. Like, whether I would look at, there's good Catholic people, there's good Christian people, there's good and bad people everywhere, no matter what extremist or religion they decide to atone to, I guess is my point. And you say it's a forced religion, so some of these parents who are forcing their children into it, the children don't have a choice. Or maybe some adults who are brainwashed into it and are going to free themselves at some point. If their spirit don't atone to what the fuck they're doing, it's a forced situation. How are we even casting judgment on it? They're being manipulated. They're being brainwashed. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. And now we're going to judge what the fuck they got going. Like, I'm going to stay the fuck away from them. I don't want to watch the documentary. I don't want to welcome any type of, if that's what it is, everything you say it is, I don't want it around me. Shit. Stay the fuck away from me with that shit. You got a bad taste in your mouth for Scientology. It must be a lot more prevalent in the Pacific Northwest. Like, I'm sure there's some Scientology church. Let me see. Where's one by me? Let me see how many are in my area. This isn't a big thing in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, it's the same thing, Siani, with Jehovah's Witnesses is another one of those weird ones. Those three, Mormonism.
Stop right now. This is where we're gonna pause. This is why I don't like getting into these conversations where we can talk about certain things, but I'm not gonna like Mr. Cheese got family that is Jehovah. You know what I'm saying? I know other people who is Jehovah. I respect folks. I don't want to sit here and be dog walking people's religions on a public panel where people I fuck with, and I got Jehovah's Witnesses around me. I don't judge them for their religion. I don't judge anybody for their belief system. I fuck with people for who they are, not for what, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that. That's all. I don't have any Scientology friends to have to put that hard stop on that. But yeah, I don't want to do that. The closest church of Scientology to me is in Chicago. And it's the only one, it looks like, anywhere near anywhere. There's one in Chicago. There's one church of Scientology in Chicago. How many do y'all got in Washington?
I'm not sure. I know in Denver there's one at least. I mean,
so
look.
This is my point. We're talking about Scientology. That's a very it's an extremist cult that not a lot of people. There's one in Washington State. There's one. Downtown Seattle. Oh no, there's two. You got one in Linwood too. Oh wait a minute, y'all got a few. So that makes sense. You got more out there than we do in Illinois.
Because it's California is where the headquarters, or not California and Florida are where like the big headquarters are.
Right. So we're talking about like in my hometown, like where I'm from in the hood, where MonTeesMama lived, there's like a fucking Christian, Baptist, Protestant, Pentecostal, Lutheran church on every fucking corner. Like there's Walgreens. Let me see. I'm going to Google churches of my town. There's only one Scientology church in the whole state of Illinois. But in my town, let me see if it'll tell me how many churches. Can I just ask Google how many churches are in my town? There's even several Catholic churches in my town. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The big blue building, Liza, yeah.
12, 13, 14, 15. You know what I mean? 16, 17, 18, 19. Man, 50 to 100. There's churches everywhere in my town. But the Scientology church apparently is downtown Chicago, which sounds like a bitch to get to. Right? I don't know. I don't know anybody who practices Scientology. I have never been exposed to, other than, learning about Scientology and the history of religion, scratching the surface of the belief system.
It's the locations are actually a big part of all of it. Like, I'm responding to Amwell. It is. A lot of those buildings aren't even used. It's like, because in order to keep a certain status with tax exemption, you have to have a certain amount of functioning buildings, but a lot of them aren't even like there's people that will go in and out of them, but they're not really.
So Liza, I'm sorry, coming from born in 1977 and Ron L. Hubbard, he used to be on fucking commercials for writing fucking books, okay? So like I grew up during the process of the building and creation. When was Scientology even invented, bro?
It was like 60s, wasn't it? Or did Liza just say it was 1954? when he
Right.
started.
So 77. So I'm 23 years old when Scientology, like, it was invented 23 years before I was born. So it wasn't a big thing during my younger years. I don't recall Scientology becoming huge until L. Ron Hubbard, right? He's a fucking writer, a fiction author, right? But what it appeared to be to me in my growing up years is all the fucking celebrities were becoming Scientologists, right? And we all know how this works. If they donate their money to the church, everything they tithe, they get to write off. If they're rubbing elbows with the dude who runs the church and yada, 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 it all looked like it was an entertainment industry fucking cover up for some bullshit. That's what it looked like. It didn't even appear to be a real religion. It didn't appear to have real practice. It didn't appear to be anything real about it other than it fucking, you could probably be goddamn Tina Turner and go into that church and donate a grip of money and write it off on your taxes and we're all doing business together. That's what it looked like.
Yes and no. That's exactly what it started out as.
That's what it was. So with it being that's what it was and coming born in 1977 and growing up with having all these other religions, that shit was by the wayside. No longer pay attention to it. That's what it was back in the 80s type shit. That's what I grew up knowing it to be. And even in my big girl ages,
it
like
wasn't,
if you ask me who, I don't have a friend or anybody in my town I know, but there's like some rich folks I know, like that I've heard that isn't that one, you know what I'm saying? Don't they practice that shit type shit? Don't Beyonce and Jay-Z do the Scientology, right?
No. As far as I know, like the big celebrities there's a lot of people from that 70s show. So that dude who just got sentenced to like life, he was a big Scientologist. The chick that plays Donna in that 70s show, John Travolta, Tom Cruise. They use the celebrities as like their poster children to support it. Leah Remini was a big one. There's a couple of other celebrities. It didn't start to really get crazy and weird and out there.
Will
It
and
was
Jada
exactly.
Smith, right? Exactly.
It wasn't. So what you were describing with all that, with the celebrities and everything, yeah, it was really isolated to that kind of behavior until L. Ron Hubbard passed away and his like successor took
Right.
over.
So, but okay. So let's use our big brains now, right? We're gonna open up our shit because I'm just gonna plug you with the next. So, you mean to tell me, right? Maybe it's a different. We're having a conversation. Love you down bad. Grew up in the 80s. Just told you how the L. Ron Hubbard and right. And you're like, yeah, that's how it started. Well, okay.
Yeah, she escaped from it.
Now we just got the E-Files, right? And the same people who are Scientology are in the E-Files, ain't it? What percentage of people who study Scientology or rep that gang are in the E-Files? Can we do a correlation right now?
Now you're starting to.
What do you mean? I'm putting the pieces together. Oh, the truth, like the reality.
Now you're starting to smell what I'm stepping in.
Right. So if we're speaking about religion, and MonTeesMama is very spiritual, I'm on my journey this way, right? And we've already discussed religion is man-made, and I respect people's religious beliefs, right? Whatever the fuck they got going on over there with E-Files and Scientology, that's demonic. I rebuke all of that. In whatever creators, all of them, Muhammad, Allah, Jesus, I'm calling every deity to rebuke all of that from away from me. Any of its energy, anything attached to it, right? I'm not going to watch a documentary about it because you know what? This is energy. I put that shit on my TV. I give it my attention. I'm giving it my energy. I'm allowing it then into my energy, which is my spirit, right? Even by watching it, I'm allowing it into, even sitting here talking about the shit, you know what I mean? I'm allowing it into my spirit, right? Okay. And I know that it's no good. That's why in the beginning of this conversation, like, nah, I don't fuck with that type of shit. I don't judge nobody's shit. I know there's good and bad people everywhere. And I still believe in my heart, even with that shit. A lot of them rich folks, whatever, I get it. But there's people who've been born into that shit who didn't have a choice, right? And I guess growing up in the 80s, watching it be just for the rich and the elite, you'll call it, right? That's them elite folks, right? You can probably find all the Illuminati in that's where they participate at. Oh, no. I'm not drinking the blood. That's not the blood of Christ, y'all. They ain't drinking the blood of Christ. But even in that, Christ is supposed to be a human, right? Why are we drinking his blood? I still question that. Ever since Monty passed away, I haven't done communion, and not because I don't feel worthy, because I'm starting to really question the whole, why are we drinking his blood? Do this in memory of what? The fuck? That was written by, that was man that wrote that. Jesus was already deceased. He didn't tell us to drink his blood. He never did. But then there's stuff in history that says that they really did drink his blood and really
So
did eat his
communion,
blood.
as like the whole thing with communion is during the Last Supper, before he was to be, we all know. They held that painting, the Last Supper, the feast, he passed around a cup and bread and said, drink this. This is like body of Christ, whatever. That's how communion started. So like I again, I don't do communion also because I don't feel like I understand it enough to be participating in it.
It's very
It is
symbolic,
symbolic.
astronaut, but I will say, growing up in the church and knowing what communion stands for, what it represents, and you have to be, worthy to accept sacrament. That's how I was raised. Now, I don't know how everybody else was raised and what your belief system taught you, but in any church I ever stepped into that spoke about receiving Holy Communion, whether it was Catholic, Christian, Protestant, Baptist, you had to be worthy. Communion in Catholic churches every Sunday. They give communion out all the time in Catholic church. And your Baptist and your Protestant and your Christian faith, it's usually first Sunday. First Sunday is the longest day of church of the damn year every time, right? But if
I
you
wasn't
were
allowed
living,
to
you could
as
be
a kid.
you could be saved, you could have given your life to Christ, you could have been baptized, you could have all your credentials that give you the right to take communion, right? Because you get that at an early age, right? But if you have been sinning and kicking up dust, like Monty, he got baptized at what, 11 or something? So like in Sunday school, they teaching them now, when you go home and, giving your parents a hard time, like, you're not worthy to take communion. You earned the right to take communion because you're a child of Christ and you're living in the Lord. And because
That's why
really
I don't like communion.
what that looks like, you're doing all the great things. You're not supposed to come receive Holy Sacrament if you out here living in sin. You're not supposed to stand and take the body and blood if you're sinning, right? There's that part. So it's very ritualistic. And yeah, I don't know. And still, I thought about it with Monty. We have celebrations for Monty and celebrate his death every year. And we get a cake and we do all the shit. So what if I cut the cake and
I take
this is
baptism
Monty?
very seriously,
This is
Liza.
Monty. Eat it in faith. Like, I could never. I don't think Mary broke shit up and told people to eat her son in faith. Here's his blood, drink it in faith. What if I turned the jungle juice in? This is Monty blood, drink it in faith. You think everybody getting turned up, or you think they walking away from the party? I'm just saying. And in the Bible, Jesus
No,
says
I
we can
don't
do more
disagree with
things
you at
through
all.
him.
I literally have said it like it. Even I pull. I step out when they do communion. I take those things. My views on communion are really weird, just because of the way my mom. She was really weird about it, and so it's a personal choice. But with baptism, like, you're not supposed to take communion unless you're baptized, and I take baptism really seriously. If you're getting baptized, that's a really big thing, and that's kind of where I disagree with the Catholic Church, because they're like, you need to be baptized immediately. I don't think you should do a baptism unless you know what you're doing and what that means. And so,
I don't
to be
know
honest,
who.
I
First of
won't.
all, I don't know who baptizes a kid immediately. Every church in any place I've been in, your child has to go through like Sunday school or some type of classes. They have to have that knowledge. No real worthy man of God who's leading any type of congregation, or woman of God, because we know we
That's
got that.
where I
No
disagree
worthy
with
one is gonna
Catholicism.
put somebody in water. Catholicism, so the water, that what they do at birth, that's actually a dedication of the child back to God, which is spoken about in the Bible. It's really a christening. Anything that's done at birth with the water is a christening, and it's a dedication of your child. You're giving your child back to the Lord. That's what that is. You're presenting the child back to God. That's what that shit is. That has nothing to do with, because the Bible even says that, bathroom update, what's going on, Gremlin? Is it still alive? Babies are dedicated back to God when they bless their heads. That's what I was saying, Pink Tea. But the Bible says that God looks after children and fools. So the children suffer not the children, right? Like the children are safe. Tyler's cousin was just baptized Mormon, not believing a single one of their beliefs. 2 weeks rushed. I'm done. Yeah, and Queen's children, she said her
There's
kids
a
are
lot of
Muslim.
religions that do it, and I personally think that baptism is a big deal, and that you really need to understand what that means when you're getting baptized and
Girl,
everything.
yes,
So
Queen, since you're Muslim, yes, but they're saying baby sinned. Ma'am, let me tell you something. 2 or 3 of the walls down. This is the part where after Monty passed away, where not that I started questioning religion, but yeah, not my spirituality, not if God exists, not if Jesus died on the cross. All of those things are very much factual, actual. I believe all those things, right? But I started questioning shit. Because, yes, the Bible, we are born into sin. We are born into the sin of the flesh, okay? So, yes, babies are born into sin. And the King James Bible, in that faith, and anybody who believes it, your child is born into sin because they're born into the sin of the flesh. Absolutely, Queen. Keep up. Keep up, though, because in the same book, Jesus died on the cross for our sins so that we should have eternal life. So make it make sense. If he died on the cross for our sins back in when? How many motherfucking years ago he did that? But then I'm born into sin in 1977 and Treasure was born into sin in 2012. I mean, Monty was born into sin in 1998. Like, when do we stop being born into sin if this man was nailed to a cross and died for our sins? When are we stop being born into it? And then we have to earn our way into heaven. Well, if he died on the cross for our sins, then and we're already granted eternal life, I shouldn't have to earn my way back into heaven. Why I gotta earn it? Why I gotta earn it back if he already died for it? I just got questions. I'm not being ugly. I still believe he died on the cross for my sins. I still, I was born and raised in the Christian faith. We can go scripture for scripture around here. I know my book. And I'm educated enough, and in these college courses, I've taken history of religion because now I'm interested, because now I got questions. And now as a grown woman, I realize, other faiths and other belief systems, Christianity will tell you Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and anything else is not. So then you're supposed to, Catholic folks somehow aren't. No, listen, anybody believing in a faith system who's out here trying to make this world a better place through love and, oh shit, 911, call me, who trying to do that with me, The Bible says our good deeds are filthy rags. You don't have to do good deeds to get to heaven. I'm just trying to say, but that's not what a pastor is going to preach to you in a congregation. And you know why good deeds are filthy rags? Because it shouldn't be considered a good deed. You should be around here living in a way that you don't have to be counting good deeds. What are we doing? If you running and move in a good spirit, everything you do is a good deed, ain't it? That's why good deeds are filthy rags. The message gets perverted when it comes to that. Absolutely, because the message always, every church is deciphering and coming up with their sermon based off of the book of. We could probably have a challenge, right? Like a worldwide challenge, and give every man of God who's got a congregation, give them the same chapter out of the book, whatever book it is, and have them give a sermon off that chapter. And I bet you they're all going to be different. We believe Allah created everything, but he didn't have any children. Okay. Jesus didn't have any children either, they said. But then, I don't know. Siani, I'm trying to find your video. And then Hannah sent me one too I got to come back to. Hannah, I'm sorry I missed yours. Hey, Reggie. So Jesus was a prophet. Yes, so Jewish don't believe Jesus was the son of God either. They believe he was a disciple, he was a disciple. He was a prophet, but he wasn't the son of God. Okay, hold on. We got Siani's video, and then I got Hannah's. And if anybody else sent me a video, let me know. I'm not ignoring them, but they're not coming up at the top of my thing.
Okay. I just got a couple questions because we having a heat wave, and somebody said that the devil had opened up the gates to welcome Mitch McConnell in. And it had got me to thinking because, okay, just hear me out, congregation. If the devil is taking all the bad people to hell and keeping them there, why is that a bad thing? Like, is then not the devil the good guy for getting all the bad people and keeping them in hell? Why would we be mad at him for that? Secondly, if the devil went against God and got thrown out of heaven and now he's like the shepherd over hell, why would he take all the other people who are against God and punish them? Like, would it be more like a party situation? Like, yay, we are the people who don't like God. Like, we against God. Why would he be punishing them for doing the same exact thing like that he did?
I'm done.
So, like, would hell not be more like Studio 54? Like, I don't know why he would be mad at them for going against God to where he would want to punish them. You know what I'm saying? And finally, and like, okay, say if you only lived on Earth for 20 years and you died, you will be punished for all of the rest of eternity to infinity and beyond for like a blip of time.
Right, that part.
Your frontal lobe didn't even fully develop. But God is like loving. And that's the justification because you didn't say the magical words.
It sounds
like
narcissistic as fuck, don't it?
If you don't say the magical words, then you're punished forever to eternity when even your frontal lobe wasn't even done developing. Is that in fact what we're saying? Because I wouldn't serve that guy. He seems like a jackass. That just doesn't seem right. And I would hold humans to a higher standard than that. So why would I not hold God to a higher standard? Like, that's how what you're using to judge people. They got to say the magical words or else they burn for eternity. With a guy, by the way, who's supposed to be punishing them, who's also done the same thing. I don't know why the devil would be mad at you for not saying the magical words and punish you for it. Wouldn't the devil be happy that you didn't say them? Like that you're anti saying the magic words because he doesn't want to say them either. You know, like it's like somebody made this up. Okay, say if we do not have conscious memories of before we got to Earth, and we only live our life on the earthly realm, and then when we die, we leave the earthly realm. Why would we have memories of what we did on Earth then after if we never had before memory? Like, so. We're saying when we get to heaven, we won't remember anything, but when we get to hell, we will remember it. If so, if we go to heaven and we get a mansion, we each have our own individual mansion. We're not given as husband and wife, so you're not still married to your husband no more because you don't. But we're gonna remember. Do we remember our loved ones, or we don't remember what happens on Earth? And if we don't remember, why would the hell people remember, but the heaven people will not remember? It doesn't. It's like it doesn't make. It's like someone made this up, you know, because it doesn't make any logical sense. Okay, I just got a couple.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much, Siani. That's the type of shit. So yeah. You heard MonTeesMama over here cackling because once Monty and I had to pick out his casket, y'all, those are the type of questions I had. And yeah, when she said he sounded like an asshole, I'm telling y'all, that shit sound narcissistic as fuck to me. Like, wait a minute. Because at that point, like, I'm over here, I can't even be mad at the God that I serve because shit, he killed his own son. Why would he save mine, right? Right? I'm trying to find you, Abs. You're not in my recent, fuck it. We're going to search you to send it. Ams. Got it. I sent it to both of them. So yeah, there's that. But I started having questions like that. Like, you know, if we're, the biggest one I just said, like if we're born into sin, but he died for our sins, like make it make fucking sense. And then just I grew up with a narcissistic mother. So in between trying to be a good faith and be a good steward with the Lord and serve that bullshit, serve what that lady was just talking about. Let me not call it bullshit. Let me not rain on nobody parade. But right, gotta say the magic words in church and gotta say the magic words at home. Man, I'm done trying to say abracadabra. Here I am. I don't know. God knew who I was when he made me, right? That's what happened. That's what they said. Hey, Mickey, I see you. Oh, and then Hannah sent us another one.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah, you're kind of a big deal, buddy. Yup. Yup. So I'm kind of a big deal. People know me.
I don't know how
He
to
can get a
put this.
he can get a like and a repost from MonTeesMama. Okay. Let me prop my shit back up. I don't believe we're all sinners, just people who experience our consequences. Man, I love that song. I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me for things I don't understand. Sometimes I need to be alone. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. I can feel you from 10 planets away. I got my drink. I got my two-step. I just moved my whole lawn listening to this live. Good job. You mowed. Get it, get it, get it. I love y'all. I'm glad y'all are getting shit done today. I ain't did shit. Kendrick is from my city. Kendrick is my, listen. You know his mustard. We do Monty. Absolutely. Tyler singing along. That's my shit. Yeah. I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me for things I don't understand. Sometimes I need to be alone. Yes, I think we're all sinners. We all can do better. I fall short every day. I just try to take advantage of this flesh suit that I'm in, because once it's gone, then whatever it is, whatever your belief system, I believe, even the Bible says we have eternal life. My spirit shall live on forever. It will live on beyond this vessel. Take it for what it's worth. Anybody who's been around the situation and been rocking with us knows that Monty's spirit lives long beyond his body. My son has proven to me that our spirit definitely still does wonderful, amazing things beyond the flesh. And if he can do it, shit, I'm his mama. That means when I get to him, I'm gonna be able to do what he can do and probably do it better. Well, no, listen, I think Monty's older than me in spirit, but either way, my son proved to me. I had other people who passed along the way who may have dropped little signs here and there or whatever, but that tie between your child and whatever, yeah, our spirit lives on. The Bible says we have eternal life. Other people believe in reincarnation. Either way you have it. You get into spirituality, they'll say our spirit is so big it can't fit into a human body, that you could actually be living this life you're living here and living some other life somewhere else. Your same spirit and consciousness living two lives in tandem at the same damn time. Human emotions make it hard to remember we are spirit. And then you got all these consciousness as extensions of God. Well, listen, they say Jesus is Christ-like is consciousness. You ain't rambling, Liza. You spin the type of shit that I've been digging into, right? Because Monty shouldn't be doing all this stuff and be present, and everybody, it's one thing for me to feel things or be going through stuff because that's my son, right? Like, it had gotten so intense, y'all, that at one point MonTeesMama's like, this is, you don't want to let him, like, this is your mind playing tricks on you, bitch. But then when people came over and other people saw his shadow walk through this bitch, right? Like, I'm not crazy. There were so many confirmations that it wasn't just me. And then y'all, people on the internet, Arlita, Desiree, True, people will tell you Monty has done things or moved things in their life and they felt that it was him. Like, they knew it was him. How they know that? They don't even know Monty. They know Monty through me. So if my son's spirit is that great and that profound that people who I've just had internet experience with, can feel it. It's one thing my friends and people around us, people who come in his home, but yeah, our spirit lives on and it can do great things. That's all I know. The whole rest of it, I have no clue. But Monty's still moving. Even science says energy never dies. Siani, that part. Actually, let me see if I can find it. After Monty passed away, I think I've read this before on a live, but now mind you, this came across my desk after I'd already had all these spiritual experiences with Monty, you know. I had already been experiencing some shit. And it said, you want a physicist to speak at your funeral. You want the physicist to talk to your grieving family about the conservation of energy so they will understand that your energy has not died. You want the physicist to remind your sobbing mother about the first law of thermodynamics, that no energy gets created in the universe and none is destroyed. You want your mother to know all your energy, every vibration, every BTU of heat, every wave of every particle. Oh my goodness, why is this grabbing me this morning? I've read this a million times. You want the physicist to remind your sobbing mother about the first law of thermodynamics, that no energy gets created in the universe and none is destroyed. You want your mother to know that all your energy, every vibration, every BTU of heat, every wave of every particle that was ever her beloved child remains with her in this world. You want the physicist to tell your weeping father that amid energies of the cosmos, you gave as good as you got. And at one point, you'd hope that the physicist would step down from the pulpit and walk to your broken-hearted spouse there in the pew and tell him that all of the photons that ever bounced off your face, all the particles whose paths were interrupted by your smile, by the touch of your hair, hundreds of trillions of particles have raced off like children, their ways forever changed by you. And as your widow rocks in the arms of a loving family, may the physicist let her know that all the photons that bounced from you were gathered in particle detectors that are her eyes, that these photons created within her constellations of electromagnetically charged neurons whose energy will go on forever. And the physicist will remind the congregation of how much of our energy is given off as heat, that there may be few fanning themselves with their programs, as he says it. And he'll tell them that the warmth that flowed through you in life is still here. Still a part of all that we are. We who mourn continue the heat of our own lives. And you want the physicist to explain to those who loved you that they need to have faith indeed. They should not have faith. Let them know that they can measure, that scientists have measured precisely the conservation of energy and found it accurate, verifiable, and consistent across space and time. You can hope your family will examine the evidence and satisfy themselves that the science is sound and that they can be comforted to know your energy is still around. According to the law of the conservation of energy, not a bit of you is gone. You're just less orderly. Okay, I love you too, Jetta. I got it together. I blew my little snot nose and shit. That took a lot. Good grief, y'all. I wasn't even, I love you too, Queen. That's not even where our conversation was at. Y'all, that's the funny part about this shit is it'll come from nowhere. We was over here just having an intellectual conversation about some shit. And I was like, oh yeah, because you're right. Energy doesn't die. Shit. This came across my desk after Monty and I had already had some experiences that had proven that his energy wasn't gonna, man, that's the part where I had to question. I had raised him in faith, and he was supposed to be sitting at the right hand of God the Father Almighty and waiting to be judged for his sins, right? Why was he still roaming around here? And then based on the Christian faith, was he stuck? Was he trapped? Was he going to hell? Was he not worthy? Was what the fuck? That's my baby. In the flesh and spirit and everything, I'm here to fight and go to war for him. Wait, hold on. It said he's supposed to be at the right hand of God the Father. What is you still, son? Now listen, I think you got someplace to be, right? And then I think just like, the things I learned about Jesus in the Bible, after Montees services and his funeral and his body was put into the ground, things got a little more quieter, right? His energy wasn't as, people who were coming into my house, like his daddy, like I can still feel him here, Chrissy. Like I can feel him. Like this doesn't seem real. There's still, you can still feel Monty around here. Right, energy has free roam abilities. And I feel like as energy in that aspect, like Monty can be kicking it all over this world. He can be sitting on my couch right now with me and sitting next to each one of y'all. Like that's how that works in that realm. Just like God can be anywhere. Like I don't know. I don't know how it works, but energy never dies. And the energy that is our spirit, like they have already scientifically proven that. What is it? DMT? Like there's a surge of it when we're born and there's a surge of it when we leave. And they've measured it like by weight, and it's basically whatever. It's coming into your body when you're born and it's leaving when you leave. What the fuck is that? That's the weight of your spirit. So there you have it for the day. I have to look at things all across the board now because certain things just don't make sense based on what I was raised to believe. And sometimes a tortured soul just needs to remember. Energy has free roam abilities, right? So there's that. And however people choose in their flesh to worship or believe or belief systems, as long as they're not harming children, right? Or, and I've already come to realize in my almost 50 years on this earth, there are things that are just bigger than me. We can't save everybody. We can come together. Shit that's bigger than us, that's where we're supposed to come together and unite. But I still want to invoke our rights under the Declaration of Independence, but y'all ain't down to party. Y'all scared and shit. Y'all ain't trying to do nothing big. Y'all still want to fight about who we're supposed to be voting for president. The fuck? What? Well, who's the lesser of two evils? I want to invoke our rights under the Declaration of Independence so the next time we have a fucking election, it's the greater of two goods. Who are you voting for? The greater of two goods? What you talking about? It was a hard decision. They're both phenomenal, right? When can we get them type of parties? My ancestors come to visit me. I have an altar for them. I believe they can visit sometimes when needed. Siani, listen. Listen. I definitely agree with you. You're down to stir shit up? Okay, queen, I know I got one. Voting for who I want, not for who I want to avoid. That's what I'm saying, Liza. Wouldn't it be great to there'd be a lot of people before they get down to two presidents, right? Wouldn't it be amazing to have an election, to live to see an election? Or a government system where there's like 5 people on the ballot and they're all fucking amazing. And like the race is, they're not counting the numbers to get through like the pre-electoral shit to get to the 2. Like nobody even knows. It's not even cut and dry like it is now where like there'll be all these people on the ballot, but they're like, oh, it's going to come down to these 2. That's who you're going to have to pick. Yeah. No, I want to see a race. I want to see a real one. With real players where you just gotta sit there and really fucking, man, you like 3 of them. Damn, I don't know. And then when it gets down to the last 2, you still are torn because they're both such superior, classic, perfect integrity, all the shit, right? You don't know which one to grab. Where like they're coming in together, like, don't even worry about who you vote for, because he's gonna be my vice president type shit. Like, that's how friendly they are. It's cool. I know y'all like both of us, so don't even worry about it. Whoever gets it, we're gonna work together to make this country what it's supposed to be type shit, right? I don't know. What's happening now ain't working though. I know that much. You said MonTeesMama for president. Listen. You can, and we only working. Listen, we done with these 5-day work weeks too, and we're done being one of the countries in this world that doesn't fucking put family first. All these other countries, do you know, like in some countries, women get like 5 years of fucking, maternity leave, and they don't have to take it all in the first 5 years of the baby being born. Some countries, they get like an allotted time for like the first 12 years so that they can make it to like games and activities. Like, they don't put that pressure on their people to miss out on being a parent or deny your child because you have to work. Get college funds at birth. You see what I'm saying, Queen? It's crazy. I take it the first 5 years. I'm trying to say. There's this little girl. I mean, she's probably not a little girl. She's Russian and she's younger than me, so I shouldn't call her a young lady. Right? Because next thing you know, they'll take and twist that too. But there's this young Russian girl on here, and she be talking about shit in Russia or whatever. And the other day, like, things in Russia you might not have known. So, like, there's no homelessness in Russia, bro. She said there's like 9 people in Russia that are classified, and she used the air quotes, as homeless. What? And it's like, I feel like in the United States, they always got us worried about all the wrong shit. We're over here worried about who the president is. Are you Democratic or Republican? If you voted for so-and-so, like, bro, the only thing we lead the world in is homelessness, stupidity, and fucking what? Spending the most money to try to go to the moon? It's crazy. She said it doesn't happen over there, Liza. She said that there's systems in place and they don't let their people be homeless. The Queen in a Gucci belt, third world, first world terminology isn't relevant in society anymore. Man, that part. And then, to be honest, just like you said, Abby, the United States is the third world country. All these other countries, like that, I think that's why they didn't want us to have TikTok and see that shit. You see what's going on in the other countries, just like Bangkok, like they're living in 2037. They're somewhere in 2060. They've got trains in the sky and shit. Like daylight savings time, right? They're constantly, but see, that's the other part. If we're supposed to be spiritual aligned beings, right? And they keep playing with when the new year is and all these celebrations, and they don't fuck with the moon and all the things that really charge our energy, right? Because they're manipulating our systems. They're keeping us from being the energetic beings we were able to be. You know why Jesus was able to walk on water? Because we were able to wield air. Our spirits and the charge of our energy, we can lift our bodies up off the ground by ourselves, y'all. Levitating is really a fucking thing, or it used to be. And they have manipulated our environment and all the systems that fuel our energy. All those old buildings that fuel energy, and yeah, all the old chanting. And Japan has homeless population that they deny. They do it 24-hour cafes. Wow. So if Japan lies like that, Russia, I trust less. I mean, listen. I see your perspective. So they're lying. They have 24-hour cafes and they deny homelessness. I'll take 24-hour cafes in the United States for our homeless population. And then we can lie too. See? Even if they're lying, they're doing something. Our homeless people are just out in the fucking streets. We don't have 24-hour cafes. We don't have enough shelters to accommodate the families. There's too many of them. You see them in the elements. You see them. No. I'd rather have the Russian government with the 24-hour cafes lying about the population. But we don't like them, tolerate them in many spaces as a country. Would create jobs, right? Reality is people do not my backyard politics. Reality is politics is the fucking problem. Just like when they decided, listen, I also grew up in the era of science taught me I was a part of the human race. When we were categorized, right? Our gender and sex was synonymous. You know, a lot has changed in MonTeesMama life and what they categorize, classify, and do shit as now, right? All of the divisions that they put into place, religious divisions, political divisions, all of those things are to divide us. My spirit doesn't atone to the shit because I'm not for division. I guess that's why I didn't want to have the conversations about like Scientology and shit. Yeah, not my cup of tea either, but I don't rain on nobody else's parade. And even if it's been like, yeah, just like I said in the 80s, like, yeah, okay, it's some entertainment bullshit. That's what they got going on over there. Not my cup of tea. I'm not going to be a part of shit like that. But the things that have been put in this world to divide us, like, I don't know. Even I hate how people complain about homeless people as aesthetically unpleasing. I'm what, right? Just stay aware. Some people hide inconvenient facts to highlight their greatness. Country's the same. Amen. Amen. But I also know, like, studying sociology and other things, America is not the greatest country in the world. It's not the happiest country in the world. It's not the most peaceful. You know, it's the country in which I live in, right? I wouldn't say I'm proud to be an American. Like, I used to love that song at 4th of July. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. Like, that shit doesn't even hit the same. Where are we free? Now, I won't forget the men who died, but what right did they give to me? To work every day, to pay bills, to fucking die for a pension, right? Like John said in a little fucking thing yesterday. Because I was just talking about this in my story. Oh, I didn't see your story yet, Liza. Far from it. The world we grew up in is not the same. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And they're creating more divisions because the more they keep us divided, right? It's just like that meme that everybody sees where like motherfuckers are bent over and there's a game board on their back and there's people playing a game above them, right? And all you got to do is stand up and it's game over. But just like it said in the Declaration of Independence, is history hath shown that people will suffer the evils that be before they will change them. You're so sick of America. These 5-day work weeks are bullshit. Taxes are bullshit. Yep. At the end of the day, we have Western lives. I refuse to shame people who love it and am happy and myself happy. I'm not shaming anybody. Not ever shaming anybody. I'm just also not bold enough to say that the Western life is better or, you know, I think all lives are different and hold all of their values in different ways. While I am anxious to get to Thailand and spend time with Abby in the bedroom that she has in her house for me. I know y'all saw it. I got my own bathroom and everything. Patio doors right out to the pool, right? While I'm anxious to go visit, those are things that like, wow, the world is so much different. What would I even pack, right? We tax on what we earn, tax at the end of the year, tax. Listen, girl, you go to work, right? You get your paycheck. They take the money out. They tax you take taxes out your paycheck. Then you stop and get gas and you get taxed for the gas you put in your car. Then you go get groceries, you get taxed on the groceries, right? Thailand has its issues. Every place does. I'm a government employee and I technically pay myself by paying taxes. That part, you pick and choose how to feel about them. I mean, Liza, happiness comes from within. So you're not going to find happiness anywhere if you haven't found it within yourself first. Right? And if happiness comes within, that means that politics and all the other things going on around you cannot control your happiness. Hubby wants to go to Yemen, but I told him I seen that movie not without my daughter, so pass. Hey, Desi Poopies. What you doing, Pookie Bookie?
So did you guys hear that story about that black kid that went on a boat with his white friend and then he came out dead like what, the same day? Did you guys hear
Nolan
about that
Wells,
story?
girl. Yeah, we've been in here talking about Nolan. Matter of fact, let me put him in the search and see what we got new today. We've been talking about him, and then those 16 kids they found in Ohio. That one piqued my interest, so I've been updating daily what I've been seeing. 35 minutes ago, we've got an update from NPR. Let's see what they're talking about. NPR.org. Investigation continues in the death of Mississippi teen Nolan Wells. The family of Nolan Wells, the black teenager whose body was found on a barrier island off the coast of Mississippi, says they want honesty and transparency in the investigation in their son's death. At a press conference in New York on Friday, Wells' parents remembered their son. "This is not how I wanted this world to meet my son," said Wells' mother, Christine Wells Wansley. "Nolan is, I know that's right, baby, the kind of soul he never met a stranger. He loved everybody. He just wanted everyone to be in peace with one another."
Okay, so is everybody getting fucking charged on a boat or what's up?
An independent autopsy ordered by Crump has not yet been. Oh, civil rights attorney Ben Crump, representing the family, is asking for photos and videos to aid in their independent investigation of the incident. The same district court system that silenced Heather Wyatt. I know, Jetta. I got pissed about that too. An independent autopsy ordered by Crump has not yet been completed, though Crump said they expect results soon. Results from an autopsy by the state of Mississippi are still pending, with state officials saying they're waiting on a toxicology report. What we know so far: Nolan Wells, 18, was the only friend in his group who didn't return from the Independence Day trip to Horn Island off the coast of Mississippi. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office is investigating this as a death, not a homicide, per a press release. There's been a lot of speculation, and state officials have announced a cause of death yet. They say the medical examiner is still waiting on a toxicology report. Pause before I continue to read. Per like my brother being in policing, the fact that they're investigating it as a death and not a homicide, that is a key factor. Not because it's a key factor because the way they would investigate, like, they're not investigating it properly. They've just confessed and admitted into this. They should be investigating it both ways because they don't know. They should be investigating it because the way that, like, the technology that they can use for homicide investigations, the way they approach the investigation, if it looking at it as a homicide, they're saying they're not even looking at it as a homicide. So they're not looking for those clues and those things that would help them build a case for a homicide.
And then they're looking up his talk to see if he has like drugs or alcohol. You know what? See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't care what people say in my chat right now, but again, all about motherfucking race, bro. Just saying. I'm about to hop out the box because I'm not trying to start a debate, an argument. I'm just saying, like, this shit is.
You don't have to hop out the box when there's no debate or argument. We've had this. We've been talking about him and this case in here while you've been busy with the boys. Don't you fret. You're just here now. That's all. But yeah, I don't like that they basically admit that they're not investigating the case right. They should be investigating it as a homicide and as a death so that they're making sure they're not leaving any clues, facts, evidence. You know what I mean? They should be looking at it in all aspects. There's been a lot of speculation and state officials haven't announced blah, blah, blah. Most of the public's attention is on the fact that it looks like Wells was the only black friend in a group of mostly white teenagers. Right now, the details of what may have happened are coming from social media. A video reportedly showing an argument that took place on the island. A mom of one of Wells' friends said Wells chose to stay on the island when the friends left. Wells being left behind part is one thing catching attention online, as questions about whether that argument involved Wells and if there's a racial element in any of this. At Friday's press conference with the family, civil rights activist Reverend Al Sharpton echoed calls for a thorough investigation into the teen's death. "We're not bringing in race, but we're not discounting race either," Sharpton said. "This smacks some of the worst fears we've had historically, not only in Mississippi, but in this country." What we're learning about the 18-year-old Nolan Wells in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. By all accounts of those who knew him, Wells was really loved by his friends, family, and community. He was a wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College. Before that, he played football at Ocean Springs High School. In a statement, his high school coach said Wells was an outstanding young man and the kind of son, teammate, friend, student every coach hopes to have. Ocean Springs is home to nearly 19,000 people. It's a middle upper class, majority white community situated
What's
on the
it is?
southeast corner
Sorry.
of the Mississippi
Okay.
Gulf Coast.
My
And for
bad.
folks on the coast, going out on the water, including trips out to those barrier islands, is pretty normal. Brian Trasher with volunteer emergency response group United Cajun Navy was part of the search for Wells. He says the area the friends went to is especially popular due to the nice beaches on the northwestern tip of the island. Horn Island is part of the Gulf Islands National Seashore, which is managed by the National Park Service. There is no staff, drinking water, shelter facilities, or communication on the island. Trasher says he had said calls for help around those barrier islands are not unusual. There's parts of the northwest tip of Horn Island where you could be in like 3 feet of water and then 20 feet of water within a few steps.
Was any of those friends like friends that were on the same football team, or was this he was the only football player that was hanging out with these friends?
They were some old teammates, either older teammates from his high school or the college. I don't recall, but yeah, there were some teammates. There was another friend I heard on TikTok. He was giving an interview and he said, you know, those particular guys that he was with were known to do a substance, and you know, like he just didn't trust them. And this younger boy who's friends with Nolan that wasn't on the trip with him, the way he was talking, it doesn't sound good to me.
It don't sound good, and it's never gonna sound good, and we're never gonna really know what the truth happened because none of us was on that
they
boat.
got the right attorneys in on it. We're gonna find out the truth. His parents ain't playing. They're sending his body to get a private autopsy. They're paying for an outside autopsy, so they said they don't want the state of Mississippi to mishandle their baby. That's the type of shit I would do.
Of course, especially if it's that kind of freaking communicate. But anyways, I gotta jump off anyways because I gotta take the boys and girls club. Today's Friday. They go at 12.
Yep, it's time. You got 15 minutes.
We live right up the street from it. Anyways, the reason why I brought it up because I was scrolling through TikTok and they are on American Live or whatever that show is, and so Michael Strahan was talking to the parents, and then the mom was crying, and
yeah, I saw that this morning.
I was like, what is going on? So, Good Day America. Sorry, I said that shit all wrong. My bad.
They said there haven't been many updates from the sheriff's office.
I don't know. They're gonna keep it quiet until that autopsy report come back. So, anyways, this shit's just getting
the sheriff's office has asked the community for photos. And the next update may come from the Wells family attorney, Ben Crump, who's expected to hold a press conference later today with Reverend Al Sharpton.
Okay. Well, we'll guess keep.
Yeah, we'll revisit that because they're going to hold a press conference, so I'm sure there'll be something said.
Right. All right. Well, I'll talk to you guys all later. I'm gonna eat some and then go take the boys. Bye.
Yeah, make sure you have a day as amazing as you are.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, not only did the boys retain lawyers immediately, Jetta, they said that they shut down their social media right away. They went dark. And MonTeesMama, listen, I ain't know nothing about this shit. Hey, astronaut, I ain't know nothing about this stuff, this social media, whatever. But what I do know is people who go dark, from what I've seen thus far, are guilty as fuck. Guilty as fuck. I mean, some of them, I guess, are run off the internet because of their guilt, but because they're guilty. Either way. Either they deactivate because they're guilty, or people push them gone because they're guilty. The one boy, they said one boy's dad's a cop and one boy's mom is a fucking judge, and the judge that silenced the Wyatt girl's mama from talking about her on the internet, the young girl in Mississippi who was bullied by her classmates and unalived herself. Guilt and weakness. I mean, because listen, I'm not gonna lie, during everything we went through on our back end, there was plenty of times that I was like, man, I'm just gonna deactivate or go private or something. And like, no, don't you fucking dare. Because then it's going to make it seem like this, because that's the way the internet reads the shit. Just like anything that's said on my panel, I'm responsible for as far as the internet goes. This court of public opinion is fucking hilarious to me, because like Monty Mom been paying attention to the court of law. Like, if anybody knows my story and my history, like I had my own attorney by the time I was 5. And one of the most high profile custody cases in my area. It was ridiculous. My birth parents are fucking crazy. They wasted time, energy, effort fighting each other, and using me and my brother is the best part of the game, I guess, right? It was chutes and ladders every day. I pay attention to the legal system and the court of law. I've never been the court of public opinion. Like, we all have our own opinions, but I don't need to sit in a group, in a Reddit group, a universe Reddit group, right? To have 30 other people have the same opinion as me to feel validated. There's a lot of times I might be the only one in the room with my opinion, and I'm not changing my fucking opinion. We can agree to disagree. Apparently the girl Katie has been the only one talking to the police. And she said that he didn't say, or not the girl Katie, but I don't know if that's the girl he was supposed to see on the internet or see on the island. He said the friends are saying that he stayed on the island with the girl, and the girl is telling the police that no, he got on the boat with his friends. Safe, I was just log off and ignore the dumb shit instead of deactivating. Girl, I never logged off. I just, the frustration of when they were sending, that's why your son's maggot food. And, they read Monty's obituary and made sure that their attacks came on his birthday and anniversary. We've been doing this shit for almost 2 years. I've been through 2 birthdays, 2 anniversaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, the attacks come, like, they're very calculated with their bullshit. Hey, it pisses them off. I would too. Stay on. Listen, Linda. There were a couple times had motherfuckers keeping me on the phone Christmas Eve, Christmas morning to like fucking 4 a.m. only to fucking use all that information and feed it somewhere else. Like, wow. So there's that. That was the craziest shit ever. That's going to be a story time. That's going to be a 2027 Valentine's Day story time and shit. It's going to be my love story for the 2027. The thing is, when your friend doesn't ask for the phone back at night, red flag, right? I mean, why would, if he was going to kick it with a girl, why would he leave his phone? First of all, what teenager, 18, 19 years old, is going to leave their phone with any fucking, who? What? Leave their phone? What? Leave their what? And then the parents said there's deleted messages. You know what's going to be the tell-all, y'all? Here it goes. You ready? It's going to come down to whether or not the boy's got water in his lungs. That's what we need to be paying attention to. If there was water in his lungs. Because if it was some type of accidental drowning or something, right? But if he was already deceased before he ended up in the water, it's going to be a different story. And unfortunately for his parents, it's a waiting game, right? Or like defensive wounds DNA. Yeah, that type of shit. That type of shit. Defensive wounds. We saw fucking Violet's husband had all kinds of wounds on him. You know that man put up a fight for his life. Truth be told, in regards to like the whole deactivation or whatever and the Christmas Eve and whatever and all of that shit that happened, I even had expressed it on the back end, and I feel comfortable enough to say it now because I just, whatever, it is what it is. I had even said on the back end that through all of this, like, I picked out my son's casket and never felt like I needed grippy socks and shit. But what they did to us on this internet and the shit that we were constantly under, bro. And then after like Christmas Eve, your girl was ready for grippy socks. Like, fuck, don't even deactivate just grippy sock me up, bro. Take me somewhere where somebody can make some of this shit make sense, because this shit is crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, they were driving me batshit nutty. Nutty buddy, baby. Nutty fucking buddy. But we made it through. Now we're living in answered prayers. Desiree won. She is on her way to take that baby to the Boys and Girls Club. He is not trapped in that fucking room. People say things they would never say in real life. Listen, it's just gotten so dark and disgusting. And the fact that, like, I knew that they had, by this point, by the point that Christmas comes, I had already been aware and revealed that they had a whole smear campaign behind the scenes on Desiree and Morgan McBride. And they had done all type of shit. They had dug into so much shit. And, I knew that shit. I had, scratched the surface on that and had already received a lot of their back end bullshit. So I knew what it was. But then to get the back end off of old girl's phone and to realize that they were looking into me and picking me apart, and they were digging into me when they said that they had been looking into me in that group conversation, and old girl said she'd been looking into me for months. They had been digging into me for like 3 months. They already had messaged Monty's dad. They'd been digging into me for months. And that shit made my stomach flip. That shit was the shit that they had in their back end of their phones and the shit that they were doing to us. Months, Jetta. Months. They had been digging into me offline, like not via my TikTok. They had been digging into me for months. I wasn't even worried when I got sent the Discord, like it was the Resilient Jenkins, the first Resilient Jenkins FB Snark Groups Discord, the one Dulcie got popped off in. They doxed my whole address with a map to my house and said they wanted me deceased. And somebody who was in that chat, like, it's always somebody who takes it too far and then somebody ends up sending it to me. That's how I got a lot of the information I got. When they started playing with Monty and started taking shit too far, there's people who sat with them who were like, oh shit, this is, you might be unsafe. What? Yeah, they have been digging into me for months. What's funny is I seen a video claiming you're collecting info on them. Still like, sure, not a thought. Listen, you know what's funny, Queen? And we could talk about it and keep it a buck. Collecting info my ass. This is how it went. The Violet Hardy shit, the Nicole Hardy shit, she kept talking about my son. She was running in them circles with them bitches. Apparently they were threatening to out her because somebody in their group had found out, because I guess she had posted on Reddit about a ghost machine or something and the man that they killed. I don't fucking know. I'm not a part of all that. But Joy was going to out her about her son being in prison. So she came and made a video about her son being in prison and he accidentally had killed somebody. And at that point I was like, okay, I see why she don't like me. Because she sits on the other side of the table, right? I probably make her uncomfortable because, especially shit she said. My daughter lives in my son's, shadows, that I've got shrines of him. Like, she's just so hateful about, honoring Monty's life in any type of way. Well, obviously she has no regard for human life, right? Even the aftermath, she harassed the family. She comes on here and sweeps it under the rug like, it's fine. She came and crashed my live and said she's still I have a husband. What do you have? What do you mean you have a husband? You mean the one that, oh, wow. Buddy just got out? Okay. So you have a husband and a partner and a baby daddy, and you got a lot going on over there. Why are you worried about my son? But yeah, I was just curious. I was like, she is so obsessed with Monty. Like, what? Did her son, what happened? What's going on? So I Googled the bitch just to see what the fuck. And when I Googled her Nicole Hardy shit came up. That's not my fault. You shouldn't be on the internet talking shit about people and continuing to pick and poke and fuck with people and expect them not to see who the fuck you are. So I'm just supposed to sit here while you talk about all my children, post pictures of me half naked, steal pictures off my page and try to discredit me. I'm supposed to sit here and just do nothing? Nah, bitch. I'm trying to figure out who the fuck you are and why you're so obsessed with me. So yes, the people who I put in my Google search are pulled up their public information are people who have sat and talked about my children until they just couldn't stop. It wasn't about talking about me. I took the Timu Mama June. I've taken that on the chin. They've got my titties every fucking way. I don't give a fuck about that. Like everything they've done to pick at me. So when nothing worked and they couldn't shame me off the internet like they did everybody else, now they want to talk about my children. So I put, I let them know what time it is. And if we're going to talk about kids, then if it's fair game for them, it's fair game for me. Now, that's not my cup of tea. That's not how I rotate. But you're not just going to keep talking about my babies. And I'm just going to be sitting here lips sealed. I don't give a fuck. And they go lower my ass. They've been going lower this whole time, Liza. They keep fucking with me. And I'm going to show them why I'm going to go beneath hell and show them why God gave them grace. Absolutely, queen. I have never attacked any of them people first. I have never done shit. I have never bothered them bitches. It's always been me defending, fucking coming back, something. She fucked with the wrong one. Jetta, I mean, she shouldn't have been fucking. And I find it hilarious. Now they're getting on her ass about her nickname and the kids like, no, I named him Afterthought Atlas after, they found him on the Google Maps. And, Addie was calling her, said the baby was going to make her money, money, money. So I named them what she, how she treats those beautiful babies. Really? That's your fucking defense to this shit? That's your defense? Since Stephanie don't treat her kids right and give them the respect they deserve, you gave them some little bully ass nicknames to come on and refer to them as for over a fucking year. And then you make your defense and your clapback video for them talking shit to you about it on the day that the man that your family is responsible for not being on this earth no more would have turned 40 years old. Hey, Callie, welcome in, baby. Hey, Amy. That's crazy to me. And the sick part is, clearly, Miss Hardy ain't got no remorse. She has no fucking remorse for what she's done. The fact that she gets on this app and is so wild millions with it and over here still putting herself in a place of judgment where who is you to be saying shit to any fucking body? Anybody. Stephanie shouldn't take no advice from her about shit. She shouldn't take no advice from her about nothing about no kids. Clearly. Wanted to post something in the Reddit and post something on on TikTok and Facebook. Oh, I'm harassing and bullying. But she wanted to post something on Facebook and TikTok. Hey, Nicole Hardy. You know you got Hardy in your Reddit name. Like, people know that's you now. Sherry Larkin. Anyways. She wanted to post about how Desiree was on live when Drew came to get Deshaun and how it's illegal for Desiree to record him and Desiree could get charged. Are you fucking serious? You arrogant ass wench. You done got off on a plea and barely had to do a couple years and you free and didn't get in as much trouble as you should have got into. So now you think you are some type of authority on who should go to jail for what? What? Said, what? Yeah, I know you fucking lying. Where's Desiree at right now? That's when I be needing her. I know you fucking lying. Oregon is a one party for recording. Exactly. And she wasn't recording. She was on a live panel. She wasn't recording shit. She was on a live panel. She was minding her business, which is what they should fucking do. They should mind their business. What I don't get, leave us alone. She won. It's over. Girl, because they're racist. They're racist. That's why. And they're not going to let her have her win. It's a bunch of racist, hateful, just disgusting. The behavior is disgusting. And I don't understand these women cosplaying to be black. I'm never going to understand that. Like, I do not get that. I do not understand that. Riding behind anonymity and pretending that they're not white is fucking crazy. But Sally will take every opportunity to film Dee's arm or mention him. Absolutely. Because he has been her grift the whole fucking time. If they want to keep talking about the wench posting her business, do that, but leave others alone. Girl, listen. And you want to know why, Queen? Because the reason why they don't leave other people alone, and we caught on to this a long time ago. Anytime Stephanie would get quiet, they would come over and start, picking and poking and trying to gather something from over here that they could report on, right? If you're a Jenkins content creator and Pookie got silent, you come over here. That's why when I've talked about the unproblematic creators who have reported on Jenkins, they've kept it strictly Jenkins. Even our XOXO Gossip Mom, when all the bullshit was going down, she made a video like, look, I don't get involved in all that. I just come here and watch my Pookie. I'm not getting all that mess. She knew what time it was. That's not what she was here for. Unproblematic. It was the people who wanted to keep the storyline, and Stephanie got slow and quiet. They needed content, so they would come over here and try to kick some off, right? And then they were like, oh, they were on a tight ship. We stuck together. We were on a mission to try to get this baby free. This wasn't for content. This wasn't for TikTok. This wasn't for show. This was Desiree and Arlita's real fucking life. And we were fighting a real fucking war. Of course, we were running a strict program. The only reason we were on the internet is because, unfortunately, Jeremiah Thompson's wife brought the fight in the show to the internet. And Arlita and Desiree here in order to clear shit up on their children's behalf. And thankfully, luckily, fortunately, neither one of my children's fathers have gone viral on the internet in such a fucking chaotic, you know what I mean? But I could only imagine. And the stuff that Arlita was going through with Peanut as far as his dad abandoning him and him thinking his mama was keeping his daddy from him, Arlita had no choice but to come here and speak for her son. Andrew had come on this internet and pretended like he didn't even have that baby. What? Like he didn't have a son that he didn't fuck with. That Mel chick said she's done. She's tired and bowing out. Pookie tired her out. I mean, that Mel chick, she's problematic as fuck too. How are you just looking back at it now, anybody who was FOIA and paperwork and court records, while it was happening, I thought, because I'm like, y'all, oh my God, they're just showing us, like, this is the evidence right here. Desiree just needs this shit right here to show the judge. But this internet shit, it's considered social media entertainment. Nothing that she posts, unless there was proof of something, none of that was used in court. She didn't need any of it. What was used in court was the things that are used for everybody else. That baby's school records, his attendance records, his, teacher's statements, and all of the things that anybody else would use in a custody battle are the things that were used in court. I'm fully against anyone digging up paperwork, legal or illegal, not placed online. They drugged Desiree's mugshots from prior cases. They went and dug into her children who weren't even on TikTok and brought them to TikTok. They just did the worst. And they work together in unison because one of them digs into the dirty shit. They release it in the Reddit, so then the Reddit can bring it here and they can, I got it from the Reddit type shit. So nobody ever has to claim the shitty shit on their hands. The difference between me and them is I'll admit to what the fuck I did, why the fuck I did it. I'll admit to everything. Like, MonTeesMama is just shit. I'm too honest to be out here. People who lie are scared. Who the fuck am I scared of? I don't have to lie. I don't have to lie about how any of this shit went down. None of it. But that's what they've been doing. And I saw that it was building up, and Arlita and me and Des and all of our back end people, I say, yo, this is like the Cosby Show. And now that Stephanie has fallen off, this is once Deshaun went home, right? The story was over. I had been saying it. I had been saying it for months while we were waiting on trial. I had said it in a lie, like, you content can find something else to talk about. This one's about to be a wrap. He's coming home and it's over with. It's going to put a hole in her story. Everything she built the foundation on is over with. The only reason why people were, involved in this blended family of sorts was because this young little, like, there was so much to that. Where is his mama? Why? What the fuck? Right? Because the bitch was lying. But you guys didn't want to believe that. I mean, some people did. Some people believed Desiree from the very beginning. But some people didn't. Even when they did it to Jenna and Pam, like, why? I'm trying to tell you. All that is unnecessary. This is why I didn't like AJ either. Liza, listen. I didn't know how to feel about AJ, but since it's there and whatever, AJ came like double barreled. She's ready for war and whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. So me and our leader are talking on the back end. I'm like, your girl is out here like firing this. She had done a live and done a call to action to call DCFS, do a CPS, mass call or whatever and report 2 days after Desiree had been into court to get reunified with Deshaun. And we're getting reunification visits. Like, why? Wait, why would we do that? Why would we, now that she's about to get Deshaun, why would we do a mass CPS? Like, what the fuck? I said, maybe you should talk to Desiree, whatever. I didn't really like that. Talked to our leader on the back. I'm like, girl, I don't know. Should we be calling CPS right now? Like, our leader didn't feel that would affect Desiree's shit, but I wasn't sure. So the next thing you know, the Jenna shit kicks off. And a fake page hits me and whatever. I block it. I'm blocking all the fake pages. So then AJ hits me. Did you even look at it? Woo, 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 woo. Like, I made that page. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? I've been standing in my box this whole time talking about we don't do the fucking fake pages. This ain't us. This isn't what we're on. And here you're making one? Why? And I kept that motherfucker blocked. I didn't condone the shit. And then she's talking about, at one point she's like, well, you told Alicia I made that page. Bitch, I thought we was cool with Alicia. Shit, I thought she knew. Now her and Alicia are tongue kissing and they're buddies and hate us and whatever the fuck. I really don't care because I'm not that type of friend. I know all them women's, they were faking it. But what they forget about when they were faking it, they were dumping all their shit. I don't know if Alicia's smart enough to have been faking it. She just got caught up in the shit. And Alicia will go sit where she thinks she's accepted at. She's not going to sit with the people who really had her fucking back. Because the fact that she shitted on Arlita, and Arlita's the only one who stood loud and like proud and in boxes and comments and rode hard for fucking Alicia and defended Alicia when they were dragging her for her husband's dirty deeds. When they were dragging everybody else around us, we stood with those women. The same women who shitted on us, we were getting drugged through the hot coals because of their behavior, because of who they were. We were sitting with child abusers and PDF lovers. We were all of these things because we sat with the bitches. Defended them, didn't shit on them, drug us through hot coals of fire. And then when all hell broke loose, we're the bullies. We're the ones that get the hour-long documentary. We're the ones that hurt their little pananis. We're the ones. Bitch, you came over here with gonorrhea. There was no way we could hurt your panocha. Go sit down. What's wrong? Come here. Lady was hogging the couch, y'all. Chapo got to whining. He said there wasn't no room for him. He's a big old baby. You said the way she approached Arlita was predatory. Listen, Liza, I'm glad you feel that way because your girl felt that way too. You just gonna show up in order to do dinner? We gotta do a video? The fuck? We can't just go to dinner? Like, I know like you met me off TikTok or whatever, but listen, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, okay? if we ever have the benefit to meet in the real world, right? We're going to kick it heavy. We're going to get lots of pictures. I am a Snapchat fanatic. Do it for the camera. I mean, I wanted Gremlin to run fast in her real shoes. Like, stop it. That's just who I am. I'm silly. I'll record the moments. They're not all for TikTok or for social media. They're for me. They're for me to send you on a bad day. Like, remember when we did this dumb shit? Like, that's the type of shit I do as a friend. Yeah, we'll get a TikTok in so we can show the world, like, I breathed her air. Can you believe it? It's not parasocial anymore, guys. Like, yeah, I'll be that asshole too. But like, don't post it until you know I'm back safe at home or until I know you're back safe at home. We don't ever post from the location. Right? I've never in life seen so much nasty behavior, and I'm from Buffalo. I'm trying to tell you. And then she played, like, I don't understand why they're coming for me. Bitch, you just posted a whole video having dinner with Arlita. It's a viral goddamn story. And she will fucking get on this internet and say how smart she is and digital marketing and digital this and like does this and does that and brands and blah, 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 blah. And you didn't know that by posting a video going to dinner with Arlita, you were going to get attention on TikTok? But you also admitted that you came here to build something on this app and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's just too much. Yeah, she didn't understand for someone in PR. Yeah, weird. Very weird. But she wasn't being, you know, transparent about who she was or what her purpose with Arlita was or whatever. If she's into marketing, I'm sure she was taking it, faking it. Girl, she faking it, you know. And maybe, listen, as far as who I am as a person, I'm pushing 49 this year. I have definitely learned, and I am comfortable with the fact that my authenticity threatens people's fraudulence. And I'm okay with that. And 9 times out of 10 in my life, in my day-to-day, people, I breathe their air. Once they feel like you exhibiting the feeling of being threatened is a confession of your fraudulence, right? Because if you're a real motherfucker, why would you be intimidated by shit I'm talking about? I'm a real motherfucker too. So the only reason you're intimidated is because I'm spitting some shit that's what? Canceling your game plan. I'm exposing your fuckery. That's why they hate me. That's why they're trying to silence me, because MonTeesMama like, wait a minute, they're over here making money. These creators are working together, making these fake pages. The Drew side piece, like, I know who the fuck that is. Y'all should too at this point. Now they got this new Drew side piece page. I'm pretty sure that's the same. That's the other side piece. And the FB page that's selling the shit. You know why they made the page? Because they need something to talk about that's Jenkins related. And if there's nothing Jenkins related happening, they'll create it. That's why they told us we couldn't control the narrative. Not on this app we can't, because they'll create some shit. We don't know what they're up next. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to say. I know what's going to happen next in our individual lives because we all kick it. So, like, I know what Katarina got going on this weekend. I know what Arlita and Des. I know what everybody on. But I don't know what the internet's going to turn and spin and spew. And they look for Jenkins content. And when they can't find it, they create it. Good morning, Saints. Okay, y'all. On that note, Mr. Cheese just woke up. I just hit my 3-hour mark. We have done enough talking for the cows to come home and moo. I should say put cows in the chat. We mooed our way on home. But yeah, there it is for today. That's what we got. Poor Des done missed all the stuff about Nolan. She came in here hot, didn't she? But yes, I appreciate y'all for coming by. I will stay consistent. Y'all stay consistent. 3.3K likes. I love these numbers. 3 hours, 3.3K likes. I mean, probably in 3 hours, Pink T gonna holler at y'all. I should have had a lot more than that, but I don't go for the likes. My chat be jumping. Y'all be keeping it hot and spicy in here. I love y'all down super, super bad. Siani, I will see you later. Absolutely. It's never goodbye. It's always see you later, and we will do it again. If I don't see y'all over the weekend, I will be back Monday. I really haven't decided how to play it. We're only on the 10th. I think I've got my time in for the agency. You know, MonTeesMama flying by the seat of her pants. But I'll be back. I won't be gone for long. And y'all go make your day as amazing as you are. Toodles.